neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data-managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
Hi, I'm Kristen Bell. Carvana makes car buying easy. Isn't that right, hun? Dax? Dax?
Sorry, did you know about this 7-day money-back guarantee?
A week to evaluate seat comfiness, you say?
A week of terrain tests? Yeah, I can test the brake pad resistance at variable speeds.
Make sure all the kids' stuff fits nicely.
Make sure our stuff fits nicely.
Oh,
Right. Still need to buy the car. Getting ahead of ourselves here.
Buy your car with Carvana today.
In an instant, your life can change. If you've been in an auto accident, Gold Law can help. With offices in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast, Gold Law has the experienced legal help you'll need. At Gold Law, we fight for your rights and ensure you get the compensation you deserve. Choose the twos and call 561-222-2222 or visit care.goldlaw.com today. That's 561-222-2222 or online at care.goldlaw.com. Your recovery starts with us.
The check is good, the experience is smooth, and the reviews online are wonderful at GiveMeTheVin.com. They don't call us America's best car buyer for nothing.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Doesn't anybody fix things anymore? It's like all we can think about is replacements. Your TV dies, you get a new one. You rip your pants, you get a new pair. Last time I caught a cold, I was worried the wife might trade me in. If your car is worth fixing when it has problems and your home gets repaired when it needs improvements, how about fixing the garage door your car comes through instead of spending a fortune to replace it? At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our technicians are not incentivized to upsell you to a new garage door when all you need is an expert repair. We got the parts, we got the training, and the personal drive to think, how can we get this baby back to working like she's supposed to? How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it right. Garage doors are a she, right? Like a ship? Pretty sure it's a she.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
As men get older, our bodies change. We all know that, and often we just accept the changes as the way it is. But some of those changes, such as bad sleep patterns, low sex drive, brain fog, no energy, and reduced gains in the gym, could be due to low testosterone. And that is something you can change. This is Jeff for the Atlantic Men's Clinic. And even if you're in your 30s, if you're experiencing some or all of the symptoms I just noted, you very well may need low testosterone treatment. With our treatment protocols, if you're like most men, you'll be amazed at the change. You'll have more energy, improved mental clarity, your sleep will be better, so will your workouts, and you'll likely find that your sex drive increases too. So give us a call today and make the change for good. Your initial visit includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 877-455-7300. That's 877-455-7300. Or go to AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. We have 6 offices across South Florida to serve you. Atlantic Men's Clinic, a Promenic restorative health practice.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. I've been asked many times how Morgan & Morgan became the largest injury firm in the world. I think I know. When someone comes to us for an on-the-job injury, we have a huge workers' compensation practice. But many times we find a defective product that was responsible for that injury. Luckily for them, we have a product liability section headed by my son Mike. In addition to the comp case, there is a product case too. Other times, the injured worker is fired or harassed for bringing that claim. We have them covered. Our employment lawyers handle retaliation claims as well as wage theft and discrimination cases, and in some cases need to file for Social Security benefits. No problem. We became big for a reason. 30% of our new cases come as referrals from former clients. Hiring us is easy. Go to forthepeople.com on your mobile device or computer, or call Pound Law on your cell, pound 529. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
It's Work Zone Awareness Week, Florida. Every year, lives are lost in work zones because of speeding and distractions. When you see orange cones, remember, slow down, follow the signs, and stay focused. Workers are counting on you to get home safely, and so are their families. Let's work together to prevent crashes and save lives. A safety reminder from the Florida Department of Transportation. Slow your roll, safety's the goal.
Real Radio weather.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are clear as we get going on this Monday morning. Temperatures mostly in the 70s and 60s out there as we get started as well. Back in the mid-80s this afternoon, closer to 90 further inland. We're going to stay mostly sunny out there today. There's a small chance of an isolated shower, but a front moves in tomorrow and could bring a little bit more rain back to the area for Tuesday.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows that with job site delivery, you can get what you need without losing valuable time. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes for same-day delivery, subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. For $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword grand at realradio921.com. That's grand. Enter it now at realradio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Redefining radio. This is where the fun begins. Introducing Greek.
Let me tell you something. Don't ever love more you than anybody else you love more.
Francis.
Because then you're just like, you're squeezing your banana so hard every time you come in here, and then you're pounding it on the desk.
Let's get the party started. It's the Penthouse on Real Radio.
It is the Penthouse on Real Radio on a Monday. Hope you guys are having a good day so far. Listen to Rover. Got the keyword for this hour. And going to run to the bank like a bunny and get it done. We got a lot going on today for you guys. 13 chances a day to win $1,000. Who doesn't want $1,000? I know I need one after this weekend. This weekend was called Lost Weekend for me. But you got a chance 13 times to do that. 11:45, we're playing in the casino. Rockville tickets for you guys. And a lot more going on this crazy Monday where the NFL draft was the #1 thing. But nobody really talked about the draft. They talked about Sanders' kid not getting drafted. That's all you heard, every single word. Dominic, I will keep it down and quiet today because I know you're hungover, and you said to me, "Gee, no, please don't be loud." So I'll try to whisper.
I'm fine now.
How are you? It's only 2 days ago.
Yeah, I'm fine now.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
All right. When I walked in, you looked like you got hit by a truck.
I mean, that doesn't mean I want to be here.
We know that. We know you don't want to be here. New over on you. Some things I heard over the weekend. I would say July 4th.
Oh, yeah? What'd you hear over the weekend?
I just heard he's on his way up.
Okay.
All right. I saw him at Kinko's doing his resume. I'm like, Dom? He's like, Greek? I'm like, Greek? Dom? Franny's here.
What's up?
And Dom said he can't hang with Franny's friends. They're too much. The party was doing, he goes, I can't hang with them.
Yeah.
I just can't.
Are we a lot for you?
He said, he goes,
Saturday was woo.
Yeah? Were you hurting yesterday?
Oh, yeah. Yesterday I was feeling it.
All right. Because, it was Saturday that we hung out. And yeah, so I get it. We're aggressive.
I needed to find something like a burger to get in me. I was like, oh, I needed food bad yesterday.
That's funny.
Yeah, you sound bad today. You really do. You can say you're still. When I walked in, I just looked at it. I thought you got here at 5.
Yeah, we continued yesterday. I had a crawfish boil. My buddy Jim Lucas, who was actually competing in New Orleans this week for a crawfish competition.
Cool.
Yeah, so we went over there, hung out. So yeah, it kept on going. And yeah, I had to get my car this morning via Lyft. It was still there, which is good because I'm
Smart.
responsible.
Yeah.
Don't drink and drive. And so yes, I left my car at an establishment that we were hanging out at Saturday for 2 days.
That's good.
I woke up this morning. I was like, ooh,
That's all right.
I need my car.
Yeah, you're made it on time. Everything's good.
Yeah, I am here.
I was right by your house too. I was getting gas.
I know, but I needed a car. I mean, it was already in Jupiter.
I would have drove you. Came back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's all right.
That's all. As long as you're good, Dom.
Yeah.
So, Franny screws drinks too much. You think?
Well, I mean, I was at Barrett Jackson beforehand too, so I was there drinking.
Yes.
And then I
So
went
don't
to
blame
hang
it
out
all
with-
on me.
Yeah. and then I went to Drive Shack the night before.
Oh.
I was planning on just actually practicing, and my buddy shows up and he walks up to me with 6 shots. I'm like, oh, is
6
that
shots
for the two of us to split? I'm like,
Wow.
oh, okay, it's that type of night. I wasn't planning that, but okay. He was like, happy late birthday.
Oh wow.
Try blaming it on the birthday and everything.
So, are you too messed up that you don't even think you're gonna go out to dinner tomorrow night? Maybe.
No, I'm still fine for that. That's steak.
Yeah.
They don't have steak there, by the way.
No, what do
No,
they
no.
have?
They have like
They
fish,
do.
chicken.
They have steak.
Tuesdays,
They
no
do.
steak.
Oh, no steak.
They used to. I don't know if they still do. They used to have the best prime rib.
Prime rib. Then maybe you could have that
Okay.
if you're awake by then. We'll see what happens. But as soon as I walked in, I could just see your face. You just looked at me. You're like, oh,
Monday. Yeah.
Franny's crew. Oh my god. Franny looks fine. She comes in. She's like, what's up?
Took him down.
Took him down. At least you were partying with girls. Mm-hmm. I mean, that was a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was girls and guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's more interested in the women than he is the men. But
well,
again,
I'm
we
just
don't know.
saying it was not just girls.
Yeah. 877-927-6969. Are you tired of hearing Deion's kid didn't get drafted? Because I am. I must have heard that 11,000 times this weekend. And it's a shame because it really took away from the draft. Every single person on social media, every sports station, radio shows, that's all I heard.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get picked. He didn't get picked. He didn't get picked. When he got picked Saturday afternoon, I was like, thank God. It was bigger than the NBA playoffs. I mean, it was just, I was at the track yesterday. Well, people were talking about it. Oh my
When
God.
is he going to get picked?
No, they were just like, can you believe it? Can you believe it? I mean, now there's so many stories out there that then he got a prank call for some kid.
Yeah, that was on day 2. He got a prank call. His phone rang. The person on the other side said they were the GM of the New Orleans Saints. They said, it's been a long wait, man. We're going to take you with their next pick, but you're going to have to wait a little bit longer, man. Sorry about that. And then they hung up. So he's being filmed at the time, and he was very confused. So everyone who was with him was asking, like, what the hell just happened? And he was like, I don't know. So they eventually figured out that someone was trolling him.
It's a coach of the NFL.
Yeah.
Assistant, one of the coaches, his son. He said, I'm sorry, but man, I don't know if he's going to get in trouble for that.
Jax Ulbrich, right? The son of Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm sure that father was not happy. And that also happened to Warren on Penn State. Somebody called him from the Jets, they said. And I don't know how these people are getting these kids' numbers, but it's got to be something inside, like the coach in Atlanta, where he's getting a number.
Shador was saying that he got sent a phone. That phone that was sent to him was a brand new phone.
from the
No one
NFL?
it was from Boost Mobile that has a contract with NFL. So
Sure.
they sent it out to all the rookies for them to get their calls on, and so that they had a list of numbers. So that list of numbers was so discreet, and only a few people had it.
Well, the coach.
The Falcons put out there, the Atlanta Falcons did a statement saying earlier this week, Jax, the 21-year-old son of defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich, unintentionally came across the draft contact phone number for Shador Sanders off an open iPad while visiting his parents' home and wrote the number down to later conduct this prank call.
That's a shame because the father looks terrible. I don't know if anything's going to happen to the kid. But yeah, that's bad. And Warren, too. And because somebody else has asked me over the weekend, I said, they must get phones. Well, I didn't know. That's what I assumed. They get phones, and that's what happens. So that sucked for him, plus what he went through. But again, he's fine. He made $6 million last year. He hurt himself in a lot of things he said, and he really did. I mean, like he said, if you're going to draft me, you don't want your culture change, don't draft me. So, I mean, he was telling people different things. And Deion didn't help him either. I mean, they're fine. They got millions of dollars, and we'll see if he makes the team. That's what it's all about. So if he can play. But it's a shame because it took away from the draft, I felt, and that's all everybody talked about. I think he went in round 5.
Mm-hmm. That's what he went.
Yeah. Cost him a lot of money based on the rounds. That's how you get your income from the NFL. But again, you reap what you sow. He didn't go to combine. He, didn't want to talk to anybody. His image is not bad, is not a great image as far as him. Like, even there are already memes out about him going to training camp in like a 17 foot limousine gets out. He had a big party the other night right after the thing. His brother fired Dion. He fired his father as a GM, and then he gets signed as a non-drafted player by Tampa Bay. But the draft did well, ratings-wise. It beat the NBA playoffs, which is pretty. And they exceeded. They said 250,000. They were close to like almost 600,000 over the weekend.
Wow.
That's unreal. Green Bay only has 100,000 people that live there. I don't know where they put everybody. I really don't. I don't know if they just set up tents or what. But, yeah, it was pretty crazy. And in the first round when he didn't go, it just kept adding and adding. And like I said, it's a shame for all the other players because nobody really talked about the draft. They really didn't. They just talked about him not being picked. 877-927-6969. Derby came out with all their horses. We'll look at them later. There's 20, and there's like 16 long shots, so we can lose on all 16 of them. That'll be fun. I was at Gulfstream yesterday with my friends for a big party. Didn't turn out to be a party. But we'll talk about that. Remember, if you want to bet, you can bet at the Palm Beach Kennel Club on Friday for the Kentucky Derby and all day Saturday or Gulfstream. Or go out to Kentucky and do that, whatever you guys want to do.
It's this weekend, correct?
Saturday.
Yep.
Franny's birthday. So there it is. It's all together. And so
My birthday's on Friday.
Is it Friday?
Yeah.
Is it? When is the first?
It's the first is on Thursday.
Oh, I thought it was Friday. My bad.
What?
I thought the first was Friday.
What? Who's the first?
May 1st, I thought it was Friday.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's Thursday.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's where I made my mistake.
It's okay.
I apologize.
You're allowed to. But yes, the Derby's on the 3rd.
Oh, okay.
Correct?
Yeah,
on Saturday.
The first Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah, I had
on
my
the 3rd.
days confused.
Uh-huh.
You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. Again, be quiet if you call because Dom's drunk.
Don't be saying that. I'm not drunk.
He's not drunk. He's hungover.
I'm fine now.
Yeah. Franny's crew outdid him, and he was like, can't do it. Can't do it. That's good. At least you admit that. You're like, hey, I can't believe we're doing
It was just the all weekend thing.
Oh,
Just
sure.
One thing after another.
Yeah. How was Barrett Jackson?
Good. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
They didn't have as many of the, like the where you could go right along cars. It was
Okay.
only Dodge. They usually have Ford. They usually have Chevy. They usually have a couple of different companies.
Yeah.
It was just Dodge, but all in all, I liked it. Got to enjoy the auction, watch it. Got to
Awesome.
get pretty close.
I had a buddy who bought 5 cars at auction.
Nice.
My other buddy bought Nina a beautiful Bentley.
Wow.
Yeah, he bid on one. Yep. So that was her gift. I think they pick it up today.
So you think they're pretty serious?
I think they're pretty serious.
Is the car in her name or his name?
I'm guessing it's his. He bought it. I think. Yeah.
So then he's just
paid
letting
it
her,
off.
That's nice. So he's
Yeah.
letting her drive it. Put it in her name.
But he
Tom.
said it's her gift. He said he bought it for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As Nina
So I was
representative,
like,
I would say
"That's
put the
nice."
car in her name.
Yeah.
Finders, keepers, losers, sweepers. See ya. So that's a nice Sunday. I mean, that's tough to top. You're like, hey, you know what? I went out and I got flowers for my girl. I took her out to dinner. I bought her a Bentley.
Yep.
So you can't top that.
So that's pretty hard to top.
Yeah, that's pretty hard to top. But you can call us or you can text us if you guys want to get involved in the show. Don't forget, $1,000. We do it every week. Hopefully, it'll be going on a couple more weeks, but we hope we get a winner sooner than later. Miami Heat and the Panthers both had a bad Saturday, and they're playing again tonight the same time again.
Told you,
Oh,
yeah.
my God, like again. Saturday was bad enough when they were both on the same time and lost. Heat, bad game. Really bad game. I mean, that game was over in the second quarter. Panthers were close. I think it's in the second or third period.
You know what the ticket price for the Heat game is tonight?
That's got to be inexpensive, right? How much?
Come on, I saw the 400 section.
Oh, $12?
Yeah, it was like $16. I saw.
Wow. Yeah, that's cheap.
Yeah, but
For a
you're way
playoff.
upstairs.
Yeah, you could get behind the basket section, in the hundreds,
Yeah.
behind for I think $60.
I believe it. Yeah, so ask him of the year.
Yeah,
I mean, I want them to win, but I'd be shocked if they won. I mean, I really would be. We'll see. I mean, you never know. I think tonight you bet against all three Florida teams, you're probably happy. The Marlins are playing the Dodgers.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
That's a rough one. The Heaters, I don't think they win. I want them to, but I don't think so. And the Panthers got to bounce back. If they lose tonight, then all that hard work they did for the first games up in Tampa are going to go awry. So you could hear the Panthers, don't forget, on Real Radio 921. So if you guys want to listen to the Panthers and hopefully they get back on, they win tonight, then they have the control of the series, which will be awesome. Lakers lost yesterday. Very exciting game. And LeBron played great again. But man, Minnesota was just too much for them at the end. They blew it. And they played every minute in the second half. All Laker starters. I mean, I was looking at the coach like, what are you doing? He's, you can't play him every single minute. He did. He didn't substitute one guy. They had a chance at the end of the game. Knicks won. If you're a Knicks fan, you got lucky. Please don't say you won, because there was a huge foul at the end of the game. They didn't call it. I love the NBA. Right after the game, they go, we missed the call. How do you do that? How do you say you missed the call? You can't do it. I'd rather them say we didn't see it. Hardaway had a shot in the corner. Hart slammed into him. They didn't call it. It was a three-pointer, and the game ended. It was a brutal way for Detroit to lose. In that game, the Knicks are up 3-1. So a lot of NBA playoffs. The draft was on, if you have any opinion. Dolphins got a lot of guys. Go ahead.
What about the Nuggets and Clippers ending?
Oh, it was unbelievable.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, that was a crazy ending. I was out and about for that.
Yeah, because we were at Twisted Tuna, and all the guys, they were flipping out over that ending. Because some of them had money on it.
Yeah, Joker threw up a ball, but it was an air ball.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's the name played? What was the line that game? 2? 1?
I think it was 1, I think.
Wow, yeah, that was a brutal way to lose.
And Aaron Gordon?
Yeah. Yeah, he put the shot in, and they didn't think it was going to go in. But it looked good from the very beginning where I was. But the Nuggets were winning big.
Mm-hmm.
They were winning by 25. And then all of a sudden, the Clippers came back. Yeah, that was a good series, too. I mean, a very good series. A lot of good NBA. I mean, there was NBA on all day, all night, so that was exciting. You had the NFL draft. So a lot of different things were going on sports-wise. So we will have the Panthers tonight. So don't forget that. So, Franny, when you start school, teachers say kindergarten kids should know what? How to use your phone?
So there's one. No, they probably do better than most adults. But no, they're saying that this is one teacher, her opinion, but she thinks that before a kid even goes into kindergarten, there is one thing they should know. And it's pretty simple. So according to Emily Perkins, she explains that you should tell your kid no. She explains that kids need to understand that no can be a complete sentence and doesn't invite kids to argue back. So she said when parents find out that Emily Perkins is a kindergarten teacher, they always ask her, hey, what can I do to prepare my kids for their first year in school?
Mm-hmm.
So she says she's happy to tell them, but her answer is usually unexpected. She's like, it's not showing 5-year-olds how to tie their shoes or open their snacks or wash their hands. She said the most important thing you can do is tell your kid no. She said no shouldn't be looked at as a bad word. She said, do not teach them that telling them no invites them to argue with you, because if you can't tell your kid no as an adult and they don't respect the no, then they're basically unteachable, she says.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
She said the thing is, if a kid can't accept hearing no from their parents, they're not going to accept it from their teacher. And she says that makes it really hard to help them learn.
And I think that continues in society. And there's a lot of people who can't accept the word no.
Uh-huh.
And it goes throughout their childhood. They become an adult. They get a job, and they don't want to hear it. And, so I don't think there's anything wrong. I was going to go with something else.
What were you going to go with?
Things that they should know, I would say their manners, be respectful to the other kids, because that's important. You don't want the kids fighting. Nap time means nap time. You lay down. Know your cell phone, because I'm going to call your mom at one time or another. I wonder if kindergarten kids walk in with cell phones.
Probably. Unless they don't allow it, right?
I
was like, probably.
Kid puts his feet up. I got a 15 right here. What are you looking at? Bang it out. I think respect for other kids is important, that you should have. And that's got to be taught at home. No doubt about it. But yeah, no is good. Because they don't hear no home, they're not going to want to know that here.
That's what she said. Let them understand that it's not a bad word. She said, while a mom or dad may have time to explain why they're saying no to their child, a teacher doesn't always have the luxury and shouldn't have to spell out her reasoning. So she was like, my whole job is explaining. She was like, think of logistics. If we're lining up for a fire drill, no, you may not stay inside of the building. The building is on fire. No, you may not climb on the table because it's not safe. Learning to accept the word no is an essential life skill, she said, and one kid should be working on when they start elementary school. So,
it's great.
I get it. Yep.
And I think as an adult, you have to accept it too. You're going to get a lot of no's in your life. Probably end up getting more no's than yeses.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of things. And you got to accept it. You don't have to be happy about it, but you got to accept it. You can't have a fit. You can't start screaming up and down. Like when you go to track and you lose. You got to figure you're going to lose. It was called the lost weekend this weekend. We went to Gulfstream yesterday. We got there late just to prevent some stuff because I had to get a massage. A lot of stress. And we got there as late as we could get there to keep our table. And then we were there for 6 races. We went 0 for 6. I mean, it was so bad. It was just ridiculous. 6 in a row. The last race, Debbie was like, the girl I know, she goes, rip it up now, Greek. She just don't even wait. I said, no. I said, we're going to try one more time. It was one of those on the eve of the Derby, which is not really a good sign. But yeah, that's what kids should know. And hopefully grown-ups know that too. A lot of grown-ups don't know that. They don't understand the word no.
And you know those kids. Like, I remember growing up, and my parents told me no a lot, but I was out with this girl that I don't know, maybe we were like 5 or 6 or something, and I just remember she was such a brat because anytime we were at Target or something and she wanted something and her parents said no, she would be on the ground
crying,
having a fit.
So you just give in.
Yeah, and they do. And that's what they did. You could tell her parents didn't tell her no that often.
That girl probably ended up getting married to somebody and take half of her money.
Probably. She's probably loaded.
She's probably loaded.
She's probably right.
She probably lives in Bobby Island. They learn early tricks of the trade. Yeah, you got to say no. I mean, you just do. You can't get, because they're not going to get yes in society. And they're going to be worse. I mean, you can go out for a team and not make the team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's part of it. You know, you could run for something and, student council or something and maybe not get elected. You know what? That there's going to be a lot of no's for kids. But guess what? You got to learn no and accept it. And it's part of life. Nobody likes no. And just like nobody likes to lose. But it does happen. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. Don't forget, you got 13 chances to win $1,000. Please, somebody win $1,000. I'm begging you. And there's only 2 things I beg for. This is the 3rd thing I'm begging for. So I'm begging you guys. We're not going to say what those 2 things are. Maybe last night and the 8th race at Gulfstream. I'm begging for a winner. It was so funny yesterday. We were at the buffet, and I made an ice cream cone, and there's a lot of kids there on Sundays. So this little girl comes up to me. She's like 8 or 9, so cute. She goes, "Mister, could you make me a cone?" So I said, "Yeah, okay," and I made her a cone. Then this little kid comes up a little older. He goes, "Can you make me a cone?"
So they think you work there now. Ice cream man.
And I'm like,
that's cute.
I think I did 3, and then I was like, all right, time out.
I'm done.
I'm done. I don't do this. It stopped one of my buddies who came with us, and he goes, "Mister, could you make me a cone?"
Nope.
I said, "I'm done, brother." It is the Penthouse. We're going to come back with a trifecta this day in history. And remember, if you call in, talk light to Tom.
Greg's ice cream, yum.
Yeah, we'll be back. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
Did you know in certain countries, for one in the Netherlands, if you are disabled, they give you a budget to hire prostitutes to have sex with you if you're a disabled person.
Do you have to be a citizen?
You're asking for a friend?
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
From the Gordon Partners Traffic Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
Expect a backup on the Turnpike southbound approaching Lake Worth Road and delays due to construction Gateway Boulevard at Military Trail. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm Traffic. I'm Ron Hersey.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
This week on Red Pilled America, we travel back to the dawn of the 16th century to uncover the roots of what it really means to be an American. You think you know the story? Think again. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts. That's Red Pilled America.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe Palm Beach, where all the beautiful ladies are 7 days a week. The girls are there, and they are beautiful. And if you like sports, and if you like UFC, check it out. What's better to watch a sporting event with a beautiful lady? With a 5-star menu. Call up today and reserve a table. You'll be up front and personal with the beautiful ladies. And this Sunday, May 4th, May the 4th be with you. Inspired cocktails. You'll feel like you're in a galaxy the moment you walk in. Sunday, May 4th, a great party you want to be at. May the 4th be with you. Star Wars at Monroe's. Pace.
Leo Schofield spent decades in prison for a crime Jeremy Scott later confessed to. Season 2 of the hit podcast Bone Valley investigates how Jeremy's violent past unfolded and who else may have suffered his wrath.
This is a case that should never happen. I told him you got the wrong man.
Listen to Bone Valley on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Bone Valley.
Men, here's the truth. In the bedroom, good enough isn't really good enough, is it? This is Jeff for the Atlantic Men's Clinic. And if your erectile dysfunction is making intimacy less enjoyable for you and your partner, give us a call today. Because whether your ED only happens sometimes or all the time, It's time to stop good enough and time to start really good. At the Atlantic Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. Whether it's only mild or moderate, or even if it's severe, our treatments have success rates of well over 90%. And because we have a variety of treatments and can even combine protocols, we can likely get you performing like you haven't in a long time. You could even last up to an hour or more and make sex great again for you and your partner. So make an appointment and be done with good enough. Your initial visit includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. Call 877-455-7300 or go to AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. We have 6 offices across South Florida to serve you. Atlantic Men's Clinic, a Promenic restorative health practice.
Did you know even the smallest increase in mortgage rates can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your loan? Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. It's true, even a 0.25% change in rate can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your mortgage. But with Third Federal's new Early Rate Lock, you don't have to take chances. Early Rate Lock is the only pre-approval that locks in your rate at pre-approval, even before you find a house. Plus, we're so confident that our rates are the lowest, if you find a lower rate, we'll beat it or give you $1,000. And now through April 30th, get pre-approved with Third Federal and we'll pay all of your closing costs. So don't wait. Call Third Federal today.
Right now at Third Federal, even before you find a home, lock in 6.625%, APR 6.685% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-THIRD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down per $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. Zero closing costs on low-cost loans only. See conditions for lowest rate guarantee at thirdfederal.com. Equal housing lender.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial #law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Looking to sell your ride? Go to GiveMeTheVin.com. It's the best place to sell your car, and now it's even better with the big cash giveaway. Hey, it's Franny, and they're giving away $25,000 in cash every month. Mail-in entry, that's 250 chances. Sell them your car, that's 1,000 chances to win. Go to GiveMeTheVin.com. Enter your VIN, get a top dollar offer in minutes, and ditch the tire kickers for good.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Don't get suckered into the same old free phone game by Big Wireless. There is a better way. Pure Talk, my sponsor, my wireless company, has a better offer. A brand new free Samsung Galaxy with qualifying plan for $35 a month. You get unlimited talk, unlimited text, 15 gigs of data, all on America's most dependable 5G network. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword Pure Talk for your free Samsung Galaxy with qualifying plan. Pure Talk, wireless by Americans for Americans.
Point. Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at Metamucil.com.
You know what's better than a limited-time deal? An unlimited-time deal. Like the Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag with a JBC, 4-piece nugs, fries, and a small soft drink. Because the best time for fresh, never-frozen beef and Applewood smoked bacon, all the time. Duh. For the best deal, gotta be Wendy's. U.S. price and participation may vary.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Our skies are clear as we get going on this Monday morning. Temperatures mostly in the 70s and 60s out there as we get started as well. Back in the mid-80s this afternoon, closer to 90 further inland. We're going to stay mostly sunny out there today. There's a small chance of an isolated shower, but a front moves in tomorrow and could bring a little bit more rain back to the area for Tuesday.
This report is sponsored by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather Injury Lawyers.
This is Scott Smith with Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather. Our purpose, legal power. Our mission, huge results. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. Help is just a local phone call away.
Tariffs and your money? Well, we just offered our thoughts on the most recent episode of the How to Money podcast.
Let's say you do live in a state that gives you a tax break on $529. That's great, but don't invest those dollars once you put them in.
We're all about investing in a 529 plan. Typically, right, you want that tax-advantaged money to grow. But as you get close to needing to spend the money, de-risking is crucial.
In uncertain financial times, How to Money is here to help. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search How to Money, and start listening today.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is the Penthouse on a Monday. Hope you guys had a nice weekend. Getting ready for the end of April and the first weekend in May. So some big things happening. Kentucky Derby, Franny's birthday, and it kicks off another month in this great, great life of ours. Dominic's in the house.
Hello there.
Franny's here.
What's up?
And it's time for This Day in History and a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
All right, Bill Belichick had an interview yesterday with CBS Sunday morning. I don't know what this guy's thinking sometimes. Can't take away anything from him being a great coach, but he had a Navy T-shirt on with a whole bunch of holes in it. T-shirt is probably older than his girlfriend. His girlfriend was there running everything, and at one point he said, the interviewer said to Belichick, "How did you guys meet?" So she was on the side, and this was all you could see, and she said, "We're not talking about that." So it's been a big thing since it happened yesterday, and everybody's talking about Belichick, and it's just surprising. This guy, his career, what he did, how he controlled everything is letting this young girl have a big impact in his life. So whatever it was, they don't want to talk about it. But if you're dating somebody and you're with somebody, then own it. Who cares about the age difference? You're happy and just run with it. But it was picked up by everybody where she said, "We're not talking about that." So Bill didn't answer. And then they went to another question, which was pretty odd. I mean, it really was. But Belichick, the way he is or has been, but, you know, women can change you. It definitely happens, and no doubt about it. But, yeah, it was surprised. And the shirt he had on was, like I said, I think the shirt was older than her. That's what the guy could open up with. He could have said that. Like, is that shirt older than you? I'm sure the interview would have just ended right there. But he had you can see it online. He had a Navy jersey, T-shirt on. I think his father must have gave it to him. His father was involved with Navy University years ago. But, yeah, it was pretty big thing. People were talking about it and just how Belichick has changed from what it was. He's got a new book coming out. That's what he's trying to promote. The guy also pushed him on the interview, which was pretty brutal. He was like, you know, you didn't mention Robert Kraft in your whole book. And Belichick goes, "Well, we decided to go different ways." He goes, "Well, Kraft said he fired you." And Belichick just came back. And it's live. You can tell. Belichick was like, "We went separate ways." You know, it was a mutual decision. The guy goes, "Well, he said he fires you." So Kraft and Belichick not going to be getting together anytime soon.
Nope.
Maybe Tom Brady's private jet company he owns, Wheels Up, but not anytime soon. Panthers tonight, we just talked about it. They're taking on Tampa Bay. And the pressure's on the Panthers tonight. Really is. After being up 2-0, they cannot lose tonight and all that hard work fall behind them. Miami Heat playing Cleveland. That's in South Beach, too, basically the same time. And the Heat are getting 9. If you want to bet Cleveland, bet them sooner than later. Dominic was able to tell us if you want to get down there and watch a game, you probably get some good seats cheap. Upstairs, you said, what, $16?
Yeah.
And downstairs,
behind the basket for like $60.
That's not bad. I mean, that's pretty inexpensive. $60 for for a playoff game. So you won't probably get that opportunity. And you won't get that opportunity in Miami again because this is it. Because even if they win tonight, they're not winning in Cleveland.
Nope.
So hopefully the Heaters can bounce back and make a couple things. There's been a lot of rumors about the Heat, about what they might do in the summer, but we'll see. You got to take it a day at a time. NBA playoffs all weekend were very, very exciting. And today is Monday, and before you know it, the Kentucky Derby kicks off on Saturday. Later in the show, we'll look at the horses, the names, and all the odds, and a lot of other things. Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Treats in Deerfield Beach in the Cove Shopping Plaza. Peace. Now over to Franny for This Day in History.
Alrighty, back in the day on April 28th, 236 years ago, in 1789, there was a mutiny on the Bounty. Mutineers seized the British ship called the Bounty and set Captain William Bligh and 18 sailors adrift in a launch in the South Pacific. They said there was 3 big movie versions about this. Clark Gable played mutiny leader Fletcher Christian opposite Charles Lofton, I think. Captain Bligh in the 1935 version, which won Best Picture Oscar. Marlon Brando led the mutiny in 1962. And in 1984, it was Mel Gibson who they said mutinied against Anthony Hopkins. So 3 different movies. 80 years ago, 1945, Italians executed their dictator, Benito Mussolini, and his mistress, Clara Petacci, as they tried to flee the country.
Oh, what happened to the wife?
78 years ago, in 1947, a 6-man expedition sailed from Peru aboard the balsa wood raft named the Kon-Tiki on a 101-day journey to Polynesia. 62 years ago, 1963, 19-year-old Andrew Oldham, saw the Rolling Stones' first performance at the Crawdaddy Club in London, and he signed on as their manager the very next day. Wow. 58 years ago, 1967, Muhammad Ali was stripped of his WBC and WBA titles when he refused to be inducted into the Army, as Ali had famously said, "I ain't got no quarrel with this," what he said, Viet Cong. The WBC title was filled by a guy named Joe Frazier. 37 years ago, 1988, the Baltimore Orioles set an American League record by opening the season with 21 straight losses when the Minnesota Twins beat them 4-2. They said in their next game, they broke the streak by beating the Chicago White Sox 9-0, but they lost their next game to the Sox and set another record. Claim here their 1-22 record in April of 1988 was the worst single month record in baseball history. Said the 1988 Orioles finished the season with 54 wins and 107 losses.
Not a good year.
Nah.
The birds flew the coop on that year.
24 years ago, 2001, Dennis Tito paid $20 million to become the world's first space tourist. He spent 8 days in orbit aboard the International Space Station. 22 years ago, 2003, Apple launched iTunes for Windows. Oh, I had something to say. 18 years ago, 2007, Boy George chained that male prostitute to his bedroom wall. They said for some reason the cops didn't like it, and he was convicted of false imprisonment.
You remember that.
18 years ago, 2007, Survivor producer Mark Burnett married former Touched by an Angel star Roma Downey, their Malibu home. 17 years ago, 2008, Scott Whelan was sentenced to 8 days in prison after pleading no contest to driving under the influence of alcohol with prior conviction. 17 years ago, 2008, Ashley Dupree, who became world famous as Elliot Spitzer's call girl, filed a $10 million lawsuit against Girls Gone Wild after they dug up old footage of her getting naked back in 2003. And then a couple more here. 10 years ago, 2015, the UFC stripped John Bones Jones of his heavyweight title after he turned himself into the cops for a hit-and-run accident. They said he'd injured someone in another car with his rental car and fled the scene on foot. And then 9 years ago, 2016, Jared Goff was the number 1 draft pick in the NFL draft. And there you go. That's what happened this day in history.
Yeah, at least he's still playing. And he's doing very well for the Lions. So, Shedeur Sanders last year made $6 million, which is pretty good for a college student.
Mm-hmm.
Over the next 4 years with the Browns, he'll make $4.5 million. So that little bit of a pay cut, no doubt about it. But he'll make millions of dollars with endorsements and stuff like that. And if he turns out to be good, then the Browns will be very successful because they'll have a quarterback making practically nothing, like the Niners had with Purdy for a bunch of years. And Michael Jordan made $300 million last year, the most out of any athlete that is active, more than them. That's unbelievable. I mean, obviously, it's from the Jordan brand and all his sponsorships and stuff like that. But, man, $300 million. Mingata. And like I said, I see Jordans everywhere. It doesn't seem like that brand is fading at all. And it seems like the younger people love it more and more. And when they're coming out, and all age groups from 20 to 50s, I see guys with them, girls with them all the time when they're going to come out. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, because he's re-releasing shoes that you could have bought 20 years ago, so that you could buy them now. It brings back memories of buying them. For some people, buying them when they were young.
I mean, they do everything now. The Jordan brand, obviously, they do so many uniforms. They do golf cleats. They do everything, and it just I can only imagine what Nike meant because he had $300 million. A lot of that does come from them, but man, I got to tell you, what a brand it really is, and that logo. Whoever invented that logo, I mean, you know what it is once you see it, and you're like, wow, this is it. But $300 million, Mike, I know why people want to be like Mike. Franny, you had something on there that scientist says there's 4 types of lovers. And what kind of lover are you? Or maybe not. Maybe you're not even in the 4 types of lovers. Maybe you're just pass. You're 5.
Just pass? You're not part of it?
You're not part of it.
Yeah. So where do you fall in line here? Scientists said they found out. Man, it is science. That there's 4 types of lovers. They have boiled romantic lovers down into 4 categories, with the most extreme said to make what they say whoopee up to 20 times per week.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
I just say it.
That is a lot. So,
wow.
Yeah, so mild, moderate, intense, libidinous, I think is how you say it. So mild lovers is the category. Mild lovers, who make up about 20% of all lovers, they say, displayed the lowest levels of romantic love categories from commitment to sexual activity. They say only 25% reported that their partner was in love with them, and they reportedly had sex about twice a week on average. Still pretty good. Moderate lovers were the best represented, comprising a whopping 40% of all lovers. They were defined as entirely unremarkable due to their stated romantic love traits, including relatively low intensity and relatively low obsessive thinking, relatively high commitment, and relatively moderate frequency of sex. Said these people reportedly had sex about 2.5 times per week on average.
So it's not much more than the first category.
Then on the other end of the spectrum, I like how they like half. Like, are you just having half sex? Like 2.5 times? Like, are you like stopping? You're like, no, we're not going to finish this. On the other end of the spectrum,
that's a good one.
Were the intense romantic lovers, making up 29% of the lovers. They said, and described by researchers as head over heels types, high intensity scores in every category. They said these folks reportedly got frisky 3 times a week on average, and was also the only group with more females in it at 60%.
Yeah, so again, not much more. I mean, so if you're out there twice a week, let's push. Let's go 3.
Yeah. And then you have the, if I'm saying this right, libidinous, whatever, romantic lovers, comprising the smallest cluster, 9%. These sex fiends, they call them, reportedly made love 10 times a week on average, sometimes even hitting 20 sessions in the sack a week.
Wow.
They say coincidentally, they were the least likely to report being anxious, worried, or depressed. Shocker. They said these kind of lovers also demonstrated high levels of emotional intensity, commitment, and obsessive thinking, and many were in serious relationships despite not living with their partners. So
now, did it say an age or no, or a length of relationship? Like, was it first 6 months? 2 years, 6 years, something like that, or just the numbers?
Yeah,
like 2, 2.5, 3,
yeah, just
10.
the numbers.
Okay, because I think that matters when you're doing that.
Yeah, but they use data. They said wasn't a huge sample size. It was about 1,500 people, but they said spanning 33 different countries. So it wasn't just here in the U.S.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just Palm Beach County.
Yep, just Palm Beach County.
That's what it was. 20 a week's a lot. If you're banging 20 times a week.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Yeah, right? Making us look bad, girls. Whoever's doing that, the rest of us.
20's a lot.
That's a lot.
In a week. But I got hats off to you. And I guess you got to be really attracted to the person. That helps. That's the first thing. That's one of the things that you definitely need to be attracted to the person. 877-927-6969. You can call us or you can text us at Real Radio 47142. If you have an opinion on the Dolphins draft, they drafted 8 guys. And maybe some of these guys are going to step in and make a little bit of an impact with the Dolphins. Offensive, defensive line. The quarterback from Texas, they drafted him. The cornerback from Florida, who really was good last year. So they got a couple good guys. We'll see what happens. Like I said Friday, and people repeated it to me over the weekend, the draft's like marriage. You're hoping it works out. It's your best foot forward. You're picking the guy that you want. And sometimes it works out and sometimes you don't. A lot of times draft class, you don't know for 2-3 years really what's going to happen. But Dolphins definitely made some impact with 8 guys, and we'll see if there's any more moves. And Rodgers still has not decided where he's going. So he's still in the catbird seat. He's not going to decide for a while. I mean, he's just not. And he doesn't have to. He really doesn't. I mean, Pittsburgh's just letting him do whatever he wants.
Did they draft anyone? QBs? Pittsburgh?
I think they did. I'm not 100% sure. You would have to check. I think they got somebody in later rounds. I could be wrong. Not off the top of my head. I think they did. I think I thought I heard that over the weekend, to be honest with you. I thought the Dolphins might go after Sanders. I really did. At some point, I said maybe the Dolphins will take him because Zach Wilson is, unless he changes and he gets a little bit better than where he was, maybe he'll turn around and be better. But we don't even. And Tua is supposed to play, but hopefully he doesn't retire. Rumors about him because he's got his house up for sale. Maybe that's all. And that Tyreek Hill didn't get traded. That was one thing that I thought might happen. Did they?
Yeah, round 6.
Yeah.
Will Howard from Ohio State.
Okay, yeah. Well, he's definitely a quarterback who got a lot of wins for Ohio State. They won it all. So you can call us or you can text us. But the number one thing you should try to be doing is getting that keyword for $1,000. Please. You guys got to come through and get that. Dom, what is the keyword for this hour, please?
The keyword for this hour is grand.
Grand. There it is. Boca Bash.
RealRadio921.com is where you're going to enter that.
Boca Bash was yesterday, I know, down in Boca, and it was very successful.
Is that the one on the water?
Yeah, everybody's reporting it. Tons of police presence. From what it looks like, there wasn't any situations, which is good. But yeah, just tons of people and hanging out on their boats.
Have you ever done that,
Yeah.
Dom? I've never done Boca Bash.
It's crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's crazy, yeah.
It's just crazy beyond belief. It really is. We went to a bar Friday night, me and a bunch of my friends, and we did remote there. I think it's Waterstone. It's right on the water in Boca. That's where the Boca Bash is. And there was a wedding going on. So they were outside the wedding. We were sitting at the bar. But it was open. So we just sat in. We watched a little bit of a basketball game. We were going someplace else. But every time somebody came up for a drink, they were like, "Oh, you friend of the groom, friend of the bride?" And we're like, "No, we're just here watching the games." It was so funny. And I think the couple's name was, Matthew. And what the hell was her name? Edie? I think her name was Edie.
Well, congratulations to them.
Yeah, that's what I said. Congratulations to them. Finally, I started saying I'm with Matthew. I just started saying him.
Are you? That's cute.
I'm with Matthew. But I was surprised they let us in because they had the whole back. And there was a restaurant there, but we sat by the bar, and that's where the whole reception was going. And there was a big picture and everything like that.
You probably weren't supposed to be there, but you were.
They would have kicked us out. We sat at the bar. We were watching games. We didn't stay long. We ate and left because it was getting a little too awkward. I thought they were going to make me make a speech. Yeah, I went to school, Matthew. Hey, good guy. Remember Little League? All that stuff. I said, let's get out of here. Because I said before we get caught in to the whole thing.
They're going to ask you for a wedding gift.
Yeah, they probably would. I don't know. Like I said, I just thought it was odd. I would have just closed off everything. Because I kept seeing signs like congratulations. And I'm pretty sure it was Matthew and Edie. Or maybe it was Edie and Matthew. I don't know. But yeah, it was pretty crazy there. And a funny situation. But you can call us or text us. Get that $1,000 keyword grand for our boy Rover. This is week 3. So far, we have not done well. We've not had anybody.
I don't think any of the stations have.
Okay.
So we just, So
all right.
At least we're not the only ones.
Yeah.
And I mean in this cluster.
Yeah.
Let's get it. Let's get a winner.
Yeah, please. I mean, we want you to win so much. We really do. Last time we did so well. I think we had 3 the first week.
Mm-hmm.
And now this week. Why do you think it's harder this time?
I don't know.
It just seems like
I don't know. I have no idea. So 47142 started off with Real Radio. We're talking about something you should learn before kindergarten, and a teacher said the word no. Teach your kids no, that it's okay. Somebody says, I was taught before I went to nursery school that, what did it say?
Wow.
Where'd it go? Oh, sorry. Oh, that paste is not a condiment. True. Let's see. When I was a young kid and asked my mom for things, her favorite reply was, we'll see. It was just her way of saying no, but avoiding any argument.
That's nice.
We'll see. Yep. Let's see. It says, Franny, I'm glad you and your crew were able to teach young Dom how to party this weekend.
Thanks.
Could we hear Misspeak 144 for the Sanders draft pick and Greek's new favorite subject? Have a great week, all. That's from Casey and North Palm. And then let's see. According to the movie Air, which is about Nike, a woman named Caroline Davidson invented the swish. They said it's supposed to be a sound. She was paid only $35 for that.
Oh, that sucks.
And then good for this person. They said, Franny, I'm in my 50s, look 40, hitting it 6 to 8 times a week with no medication.
Wow.
Good for you. And then
With somebody else or himself?
And then we have Greek. Yes, the reason Belichick was wearing an original Navy t-shirt was due to his father being a coach at Navy, and he was giving a speech at Navy where the interview was also being taped. Apparently his girlfriend has a large part of his business management.
Yeah, she does. She's running like everything for him.
Yeah.
God bless him. I mean, that it just seemed weird when he was doing the interview, and she was like, "We're not going to talk about that," because I thought he was going to answer, and then she shot in and said, "Now I don't know why. Maybe there's some mystery behind it. I don't know." But she didn't want them talking about it, and he didn't.
That was Misspeak 144, right?
Yes.
All right, here it is.
This is your Greek Misspeak review.
And I'm going to watch it because you know what? Yeah, Franny's a little loose with the change.
I knew it.
And get the coffee ice cream on ice. Get ready, babes and boys.
Oh, I must have sounded ridiculous.
And get the prime rib.
That's what I got last time.
No, they took it off the menu.
I guess I didn't get it last time.
Oh,
It's funny. We talk about Palmer's Grill.
Listen, I have a lot of faith in
Humanity.
In humanity. Yep, the human race. But sometimes they will let you down.
I hope so.
That's so dope.
It's like looking at the Mona Lisa without the Mona.
Have you been drinking?
And then also want to thank all the men and women who have helped us with the vaccine to try to get us that goal that I know President Biden. And then the other thing is it doesn't go away. It keeps reappearing. People talk about it.
You're brilliant.
You may think a lot of people in the USA are invested in Wall Street. The number's not that high. It really is.
Well, which is it?
Now, are people allowed in your unit?
Yes.
Giggity.
They're allowed, man. And 151 when you get a chance too, Dom. And that's the Kentucky Derby this week. That's the 151st running of the Derby. I was out and about and everybody was talking about Derby, and I showed the pictures of Franny, me, and Johnny C. Years ago we went there.
This is your Greek Misspeak review.
A lot of the things I say are not right.
You're shitting. I'm not shitting on you.
It's a movie, isn't it?
Yeah, I got.
In my experience, he's one of the most severe stutterers I have ever seen.
Something you bake that starts with M.
Maggots.
What the hell?
I know what carnitas is.
Carnitos are a fruit that comes from the Persian South.
I don't think so, pal.
You know it's a good day for? Our Rolling Stones winner. He's the guy who won the big contest.
I want to ask you a question, which is your brain broken?
Name a 4-letter word that starts with M.
Magic.
Why don't we just scooch on down and think about what we said and if we made any sense at all?
We'll come back in a few minutes with some more Pop in Your Crack.
As long as you're giving out crack, how about you throw a little ding-a-dong ding-ding old crackhead boo-boo's way?
That'll make you have a nice Halloween costume. You'll be the Buffett of the Ball.
Do you want to play with my balls?
Nice! It is the Penthouse on a Monday. We're starting to turn it up a little. It's like driving down the road. We start like 20, 30 because Dom's a little bit still under the weather. And as the time increases, Franny's just ready to go. She's like a jack in a box. It doesn't even affect her. Dom walked in today. I thought he was...
Blame me all you want.
Were you not sleeping when I walked in? Did you not have your head down like other employees in this building?
Oh, man. I'm putting us a commercial break now. Say your words.
It's a break time. Peace.
Got something to say? Text us at 47142. Start your message with Real Radio. Standard data and message rates apply, and don't text while driving. Our Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers have slashed their way through the regular season and are in the hunt for a repeat. NHL playoffs are underway, and round one is through the rival Tampa Bay Lightning. It's the Battle of Florida, and Real Radio is your official home for Florida Panthers hockey. Catch every goal, every check, every fight, every face-off, and every victory. Not near a radio? You can stream Real Radio 92.1 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app. Florida Panthers hockey on Real Radio is presented by Precision Garage Door. Why settle for better when you can have the best? Schedule your appointment today at flgaragedoor.com. Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
From the Gordon Partners Traffic Center. Have you or a loved one suffered from nursing home abuse? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
Delays continue on the Turnpike northbound between Lakeworth Road and Southern Boulevard. There's construction at Gateway Boulevard at Military Trail, Forest Hill Boulevard at Haverhill Road. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm Traffic. I'm Ron Hersey.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag. You know what's better than a limited time deal? An unlimited time deal. Like the Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag with a JBC, 4-piece nugs, fries, and a small soft drink. Because the best time for fresh, never frozen beef and Applewood smoked bacon, all the time. Duh. For the best deal, gotta be Wendy's. U.S. price and participation may vary.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-213-5757. 800-213-5757.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Spring has sprung and it's full tilt boogie time at GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or a medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
Florida Talk Real Estate is your one-stop real estate shop. Whether you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, you're stuck with a home and you don't know what to do, look no further than FloridaTalkRealEstate.com. Listen every Saturday morning, 9 a.m. until 11, right here on Real Radio 92.1.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
The new iHeart app just looks better.
The best feature of a car radio on the app.
It's the presets.
Super easy.
And thank you for keeping it free.
Get in on what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We are expecting a beautiful afternoon. Temperatures continuing to climb into the lower, in a few areas into the mid, and a few areas into the upper 80s. We will see a few passing clouds, but lots of sunshine throughout the day. Be sure to stay hydrated and apply that sunscreen.
This report is sponsored by Snyder AC Plumbing and Electric. Snyder has landed in South Florida with top-rated AC expertise just in time to beat the South Florida heat. Ready for a shocking twist? Snyder's also got plumbing and electrical expertise. That's right. When you need a home hero, Snyder's a full-service, one-stop shop ready to answer any call.
What the Florida is sponsored by FAMU's MMERI. Educate, Learn, Talk.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. For $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword WIN at realradio921.com. That's WIN. Enter it now at realradio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, welcome back into the Penthouse on a Monday morning. Thank you so much for tuning in. Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. And of course, on that absolutely free iHeartRadio app, make sure you make us that #1 preset on the iHeartRadio app. This is Franny. Good morning, Dom.
Hey, Franny.
Hi, and hey, G-Man.
What is happening on a Monday? What is the keyword this hour?
The key word, I believe, is just win.
All right, there it is. It's win. So somebody please win. You guys win, I will give you a blow pop lollipop on top of $1,000. Okay? It'll be unwrapped, though, but it is what it is. We're going to go over to Franny for some Florida stories on a Monday.
Florida.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Francesco Amico, 34, was apparently intoxicated when she attacked her neighbor who had confronted her about drug use. Yes, they said Amico allegedly punched the woman, knocking her to the ground. A third woman attempted to intervene and break up the altercation. The woman who had been punched did call 911 because she had suffered a scratch on her nose where her glasses were. You're not supposed to hit somebody with glasses.
You're not supposed to hit anybody at all.
Amico was obviously intoxicated, slurring her words. When the deputy read Amico her Miranda warning rights, she repeated what the deputy was saying in a joking manner, like mocking him. Like everything he said she would repeat. The deputy found that Amico was already on probation for battery conviction last year. So she was taken to the Ocala Regional Medical Center where she was medically cleared for being super wasted and then taken into custody and booked into the Marion County Jail where she's being held without bond. Next up in your What the Florida, we mentioned the Boca Bash. Well, there is a bunch of arrests. I don't know if we're surprised. Sunday's Boca Bash, the annual unofficial event on Lake Boca that's considered to be a nuisance and a booze fest, again, landed several participants in jail.
They said agents from the Florida Fish Wildlife Conservation Commission and officers from the Boca Raton Police Department were both busy enforcing water safety laws and arresting offenders for, of course, had too much to drink, using illegal drugs, all kinds of stuff. So, let's see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 arrests so far that they have on here, and they're all dudes. No women were arrested, at least that I have. They said that they're keeping them updated, at least here. Palm Beach, they're all hanging out right now, processed at Palm Beach County Jail. 4, yeah.
It's not. I mean, there was like thousands of people. Yeah.
Then next up in your Florida. And another instance of what they called gray-on-gray crime. An 88-year-old woman is accused of fleeing the scene after plowing her SUV into a mobility scooter of a 77-year-old victim who was thrown from the electric vehicle and was hospitalized for injuries. Caroline was driving in a parking lot of a Sam's Club, Clearwater, 8:30 in the morning when the crash occurred. Looks like Caroline struck Laverne Hampton's little mobility scooter with the front of her Buick. Hampton was thrown from the scooter, as I mentioned, hospitalized because of her injuries. Caroline did not stop. It was a hit-and-run accident. At the scene of the crash, to help her render aid or exchange information, they said that 4 hours after the incident, police were able to arrest this retired 80-year-old for leaving the scene of a crash involving serious injuries, which is a felony. She was booked into the county jail and scheduled for an initial court appearance. Man, this lady, she just looks like a sweet little grandma.
Aww.
She does.
Everybody has a bad day once in a while.
They do, yeah. And she's hitting people on scooters. Yeah. Very bad day. Then next up, in your Florida, we do have a really scary situation. They said police arrested a woman after neighbors noticed naked toddlers wandering around their neighborhood. Heidi Diaz-Torres was arrested in Hialeah. They said now facing felony child neglect charges. An arrest was made. Hialeah Police Department stated that 2 women discovered the naked children, 1 in 3, wandering near their home. This is around 3:30 in the afternoon. One of the children told the woman where they lived, at which point the woman walked them home, according to police. When one of the women knocked on a window of the house, the mother just shrugged and kind of waved her off. Like, hey, I have your kid. She's like, oh, whatever.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's when women notified police. Like she was like, all right, this is not a good situation. When approaching the residence, officers witnessed the children walk outside, unsupervised once again, with the mom not in sight. They said authorities then entered the residence, believing the children could be in further danger, of course. And they said that they did find their mom, seemingly what they said under the influence of an unknown substance. They stated that upon entering the home, authorities observed 2 pipes with what they said suspected meth residue in plain view. Of course, police called child services shortly thereafter. They said that she is still in jail and the kids are in custody of them, and hopefully they will be okay. So, and that is your Florida.
Crazy stories always at Florida. You guys have anything you ever want to add, you could text us or call us. But yeah, Franny never lacks getting stories every single day, and especially on the weekends. Pete Davidson, he's been Saturday Night Live. He's in a couple movies. He had another interview talking about his life. And he said, really, he doesn't care about people. You need your family and 2 or 3 good friends, and the rest of the world can blank.
Screw, huh?
Yeah, that's basically what he said. And it's not bad advice. If you have your family, which is the most important thing, they're with you no matter what. And then he said 2 or 3 good friends, and then after that, adios. Some people might believe in that philosophy. And he said, hey, I'm not that confident. People thought I always was very confident. He goes, I'm not. I fooled people for a lot of years. But that's his advice in life. Don, what do you think of that advice?
Not the worst.
Yeah. I mean, if you can have, 2 good real friends.
Mm-hmm.
People confuse, I think, friends with acquaintances and friends sometimes with people following them on Instagram and stuff like that. Those people are not your friends. Those are just people that are dipping in and out of your social scene for a couple minutes. But a lot of people have always said that. I think it was always if you have 5 good friends, you're lucky. If you can count them on one hand. And that means no matter what. Ride or die, sink or swim, they're with you, and you can call them for anything and help them. And that's hard to say. 5's a lot. 3, I think, would be probably the average where you could probably get. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. You could also text us at Real Radio 47142. So, Fran, you have something here, and I think there's going to be a lot of them here. Dumbest way people got famous.
Yeah, like and she's on the list.
Yeah, of course.
She's on the list. Yeah.
Kardashians.
So this is specifically, they're on the list. Yeah. So this is specifically right here in the U.S. These are people that why are they famous? Why? And it's funny because, Hawk Tuah, number one on that list that they had. So, every era finds a stupid new way for people to become famous, right?
Yeah.
In the 70s, it was being a groupie. In the 80s, it was being a druggie. In the 90s, it was being on cable. 2000s, being on reality TV. 2010, social media. And here we are in 2020, being an influencer. So they said there's a new list of dumbest reasons someone became famous in the U.S. And here are some of the notable examples. Balloon Boy. Remember that? 2009? The Balloon Boy hoax went viral when a couple claimed their 6-year-old son was trapped in a homemade balloon 7,000 feet up in the air.
Oh, wow.
But the boy was at home in the attic the whole time. Remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
Yep, that was the thing. Hawk Tuah. Someone said, she really is the textbook example of this.
Oh, she
Someone
is.
who got
And she just
dumb
disappeared.
reason.
I have another one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Catch Me Outside. How about that?
Yep, Bad Bobby. She's in there. Yep, Catch Me Outside Girl from Dr. Phil, number 6 on the list. These guys I think they're from Florida too. Don't know why they're famous. The Island Boys, who went viral on TikTok. Honey Boo Boo. Another reason, yep. They're like just about every reality TV star. Kim Kardashian, who was famous for, they said A, her father being one of O.J. Simpson's lawyer, B, a leaked naughty video with Ray J, both of those. They said the rest of the Kardashians are famous for association with Kim.
Yeah.
The Jenners, who are famous, association for the Kardashians.
Oh, yeah, they have monopolized that. Nobody more. I mean, the only one that I could say I would think has a talent is the one who's the model.
Kendall.
The other ones, I mean, they weren't in anything. They really weren't. And they don't sing, they don't dance. It's just right place, right time.
Said having 8 kids, or in that case, Octomom. She got famous for having 8 kids.
Yeah.
Singing badly on American Idol, somebody said. They said Jake Paul. They said for boxing and whatever else. Teen moms. They glorified all the teen moms on MTV. Let's see. Somebody got famous for smashing a kneecap before an ice skating competition.
Oh, wow. That's true.
They said somebody got famous for scalding their crotch with McDonald's coffee. I don't know their name, but they said, that lawsuit became legendary. So this was an Ask Reddit thread. Is there anybody else you would add on the list?
Trying to think. The girl.
Dumbest reasons someone became famous in the U.S.
Hawk Tuah is definitely by far. I mean, there's no way. You can't think of anybody but her. And she came out of nowhere. And just like everybody for whatever it was, those 2-3 weeks. And now she's quieted down. She had some problems, but I think.
The 1,000 bang 1,000 guys.
Yeah.
Porn star.
Yeah, there you go.
That one.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that's not doing anything. She's doing something. Yeah, that's crazy. People who haven't done anything. You got to think about it. If you guys have any, text us or call us. 877-927-6969. You could text us at Real Radio 47142. Anybody else pop in your head? Hasn't done anything but became famous.
No, it's just dumb reasons for becoming famous.
Oh, dumb reasons. Excuse me. I'm sure if we think of some more, there probably will pop up.
I mean, that girl, Sophie Rain, that made $40 million on OnlyFans.
That's true.
They said hot mugshot guy. That Jeremy Meeks dude.
Yeah. He signed a huge deal with Dolce & Gabbana. His life changed. Oh, my God. He went from jail to doing runway, making millions. That's crazy. And it happened to a couple of girls, too. Not as big as him, but a couple of girls with mugshots that did good. Wasn't that girl just recently? What university was she? Was very pretty. I think
she was Alabama.
Was it?
Yeah.
I think it was. Yeah. Her mugshot was really pretty. Everybody.
Oh, no, that was Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah.
And everybody was talking about her, for a hot minute, whatever it was.
And then they realized she was just trying to get clout because she got arrested again. And then, the very next day. And so they were, that fizzled fast.
Yeah. Where she just came out. The quarterback for Alabama years ago, she got famous for a little while when Alabama was in the finals. The championship, I forget who it was. I think it
was one of the hosts. We're just talking about, oh, wow, look at this quarterback's girl on the sideline right there.
That was, I think it was Brett Musburger. I think. I could be wrong. You would have to look it up, yeah.
Yeah, but it was AJ. It wasn't AJ McCarron's girlfriend?
Yep. Yeah, that's what it was.
And Catherine Webb. Right?
Yeah.
Catherine Webb?
Yeah.
And I think they're married now.
Yeah. They are, but they kept going to her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was Brett Musburger, but I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. It was the Alabama championship game. And I guess he must have the authority to tell the camera, like, focus in on that. Because he was like 3-4 times. Crazy thing. I don't know if you could put him in this category, but,
is how they ended it.
Ooh.
69, huh? It's that kind of weekend he had.
All right, here it is.
Good for you.
This is your Greek misspeak review.
Yo, you want a room with a bed? It's $45 more. Bar soap, $8. Taxes and resort fees. Before you know it, up to $500.
Sounds expensive.
Counterfeit. Fake news. The picture you see is not what appears.
Then what is it?
Ooh, that's tough. They're all hunks.
I know, right?
Yeah.
A reformed serial cheater.
Oh, you were that guy. Now, did you get caught or were you caught?
Good question.
We need a couple cheeseburgers if anybody wants a big tip. And it'll be worth your while. No, I mean, you don't see it, but you did see it.
I see what's going on here.
I'll tell you where you can find Kanye West this Sunday. You will blow your mind.
Ready? I'm going to try it. I'm going to attempt to try it. 3, 2.
Anybody got a good recommendation for where I can find the best mimosa in Cleveland?
Call Rover. And if you're in Cleveland, you'll need more than a mimosa. Believe me when I tell you.
A what?
Whatever.
A mimosa.
Shake your head all you want, bitch. Over there. 877-927-6969. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. As the show progresses, we are going to hit the gas a little bit more and more to try to bring Dominic back to earth. And
I'm here.
Is his heartbeat checking. Had a rough night with Franny and his crew. Drank him under, man. And I give you credit because you admit it. You said I can't hang with them.
I mean, it was just all three things. It was Drive Shack I was at, unexpected drinking there. Barrett Jackson, I kind of knew, okay, 1 or 2 there, just hanging out.
Barrett Jackson?
Yep. And then I knew Saturday night would be a lot, but it was a good amount. I didn't expect like walking up and here's a tequila shot. It's like it's that type of night.
Yep, it's always that kind of night.
And yeah,
wait, how about your Friday night, Freddie? Do you want to talk about your Friday night?
What happened Friday night?
You see, because your husband was telling me that you guys ended up you had a whole bunch of people ended up staying at your house, and
oh yeah, but I passed out. So,
yeah, exactly. You ended up passing
Friday,
out.
Well, I worked Friday night, and I had a bunch of people come see me because it was somewhat my official last night at Double Road. So I had a bunch of people come, and then they went to the cigar bar. And so when I got off of work, I went and I met them there, and then we had a few drinks. And my girlfriend Sarah and Christy ended up taking them back to my house.
Oh, that's nice.
And I went straight to bed.
So you didn't know they slept over?
No, they left. They got an Uber
back. So they didn't sleep over.
But it was like 2 or 3 in the morning. But they stayed for a little bit, and I went straight to bed. And Matt and Sarah and Christy got into the DiGiorno pizza, and I woke up and it looked like a bomb went off in my house. There was crumbs and pizza crust everywhere. I was like, "What? You guys are animals! What did you guys do to this pizza?" Like,
so when you woke up, though, was there anybody still sleeping there or no?
No, they had already left.
Okay, because that's got to be weird if you wake up and you're like, "Who's this?"
So I text the girls a funny picture from that night in the car, and I text them, and my girlfriend Christy was like, "Oh, Sarah doesn't have her phone. She lost her phone." I was like, "She lost her phone." So when I left the house to go to the crawfish boil, I just opened up my front door, and her phone is right on my doormat.
That's perfect. That's awesome.
I was like, how did nobody step on this or realize it was right there? Like, it was right on my doormat outside. So
was it ringing?
It was dead. It was dead. Yeah, so they were a little drunky poo.
All right.
So we made sure they got home safe.
Which is good.
Yes.
Well, they just left in the middle of the night.
Well, my girlfriend got him an Uber. She ordered one for Sarah, and then she took her. She said she slept for a little bit, and then she took herself home in Delray.
All right, and they had some pizza.
And they destroyed the pizza. I looked at my husband. I was like, "You better clean this up." Oh, it was a mess.
Really?
It was a mess. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I was like, "You guys are animals."
So it was a combination of a couple strong nights.
Yes.
Yeah. And then also I go to Megan in our last break, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I saw Franny's car over at Twisted Tuna yesterday." There's no Franny, but just her car hanging out there.
Yeah, no, they said her brother-in-law Blake sent me a picture. He's like, I can't remember what he said. I was like, "Yep, that's my car," and he was very nice. He was like, "If you want me to take you to go get it, I will." And I was like, "It's okay." So I went and I got it this morning, obviously. But yeah, he's like, "Is this your car?" He was like, "Get it together, woman." Is what he texted me.
Yeah, but you did the responsible
I was
thing.
like, "Yeah, I did. That is my car."
That's a smart move.
I know.
So,
No drinking and driving. I'm just leave it there for a few
hats
days.
off to you.
Thank
We're
you.
not going to even ask you that question, Mr. Dumb.
I had to sit around for a little bit.
Yeah, what, 2 days?
No, besides that.
You had 6 shots. You were drunk until 2
days.
days later.
No.
Did you even know the NFL draft was going on?
Yeah, that was at Dry Shack. But.
You woke up and you're like, is it football season? What the hell's going on? As long as you had a good time and you enjoyed yourself and you were safe.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we worry about. And you know, you could always call me if you get jammed up, and I would send somebody for you.
Oh, thank you.
In 2 seconds. I don't want you driving and drinking. That's not a good thing to do. We don't tell anybody to do that. There's Uber, there's Lyft, there's so many things that you guys can do. Be smart like Franny was, and because you know what? That decision could really change your life in a lot of ways. And a lot of people are always like, no, I'm okay. No, you're not. You know what? Pick up the phone, make a call, and make a smart decision. In life, if you make more smart decisions than bad ones, you'll be smart.
Oh,
877-927-6969. Or if you bet a game after it starts. I mean, after it finishes. Then you can't lose. That's the best way to bet. Kentucky Derby, and maybe the next 2 segments, we're going to go over the horses. Franny will give them to me. We'll let her pick a couple names, and we'll look at the
You want me to
odds.
give them to you?
Well, give
All
me
right,
the
I gotta
horses'
look it up.
names.
Got it.
There's 20 of them.
Okay.
I think there's 15 long shots with sucks because I'm going to feel like I have to bet the long shots, and we'll see what happens.
You have to do it.
I have to. I just do.
That's the thing. I get it.
I do. Who do we have, Dom?
We got Chris on the phone.
Hello, Chris, and good morning to you. I hope you had a very nice weekend. And Deba.
Greek, I had a great weekend, and now I get to hear your voice and Franny's voice, and unfortunately, Dom.
Yeah, he's 2 blanks to the wind.
Oh, God. And then he's over here throwing Franny under the bus. Franny, what did you do Friday?
Well, I know. I worked. I don't know what he's talking about. I worked. And then I went for a couple drinks, but...
Dom doesn't realize sometimes when he says things that he actually is throwing you under the bus. He doesn't mean...
It's okay.
Not
Yeah,
you. I mean in general. He's
care.
done it to
I
me
don't mind.
sometimes, too, and he doesn't really mean it. But that's why his resume's out right now. What's going on, Chris?
Not much. I'm great. I just wanted to get on his case a little bit. You know, he's over here getting on the Queen Franny. You can't just do that, Dom.
I would never do that. I'm afraid of her.
Dom obviously is not.
No. I'm afraid of one guy in Cuba, one guy in Sea Caucus, and Franny. That's my top 3 of being afraid of. But how was the weekend for you, though, buddy?
Oh, it was great. I went to Riverbend Park with the wife.
Nice.
On Saturday.
I love the place.
Went and hung out, and then Sunday went and snorkeled at Phil Foster.
Oh, yeah. So you had a nice little outdoorsy weekend. Would you do any canoeing or kayaking over at Riverbend?
Every time I go, yes.
Yep. I love it. I love it there. It's fun. G-Man has no idea where that place is. No?
No.
Gee, you would well, I would say you would love it, but then that would require you to actually go somewhere and stay. So
he would hate it. He would hate it. Outdoors,
Enjoy nature.
alligators,
Nature?
bugs. Oh, he would hate it.
Actually, well, 2 things. First of all, do you like snorkeling, Chris?
I love it. I do it as much as I can.
You should go today to Boca Lake. And they say the day after Boca Bash, there's so many phones and different things and sunglasses that people drop.
I can see that.
And there are people, I guess, who do it. And they get paid by the park commission, so that's maybe something you could definitely look into and try to make some cash.
Well, to be honest with you, Greek, at Riverbend Park, there's a little small waterfall about midway through if you're kayaking.
Okay.
And I always bring my mask, and right by the waterfall. How many people flip their kayaks and everything in their kayak goes in the water? Right there by the waterfall, I found phones, jewelry.
I can imagine.
You are nuts. How are you getting? Because I see people by that waterfall swimming all the time, and I'm like, you guys are crazy, and you're one of the crazy people, Chris, because there's so many alligators in there.
Oh, yeah, Chris, be careful.
So what?
Oh, my God.
So what?
There's so many. Every time I go, I at least spot like 3 or 4, and I'm like, I am not getting off this canoe.
I'm big on nature, Franny. So my thing is this: if you respect nature, it'll respect you back.
I don't believe that.
Yes, I swim around alligators and stuff? Absolutely. But I'm not purposely going up to them, trying to touch them.
Of course.
Like if I see it, if I know they're right there in the water. I mean, my 13-year-old son gets in the water and swims over there.
Like, I love it. I love nature. I love to do that, but I am not risking it. I am not.
No, that's why I don't go to a Gator game. I'm too worried. I can't even go to a Gator game.
Franny, have you swam in the ocean?
Yeah, and I swim with sharks. I know it's weird. Like, I actually purposely went on a shark dive and swam without a cage, and it was really incredible. But I don't know why it's just different. The alligator situation, just for me, is different.
Yeah, because, I mean, when you're swimming in the ocean, you're not going to bump into an alligator. I mean, there could be sharks out there, but if you're going where you actually know there are there, I mean, that's a little risky, Chris. I think you should bet $10,000 on the Cavs tonight. That's a little bit better.
Yes, sir.
And you can run into gators in the ocean down here nowadays, yeah.
You can?
Well, they got crocs, too, in the brackish water. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy out there, G-Man.
Nah, staying in the shower. What else, Chris?
This is what. Nothing much. That was it. I just want to tell Dom he sucks. Stop picking on Franny.
Yeah, stop picking on Franny.
I'll just pick on G.
Yeah, pick on me.
Dick.
Tom's being a dick. You like that drop?
I love that. I die laughing every time I hear curb stomp your face.
Oh, there's some
I do.
great
I
ones.
sound like a psycho.
Yeah, give us a couple for Chris there. Here you go.
Curb stomper bitch ass again.
Hold on here.
Curb stomper bitch ass again.
Dom's being a dick.
Doves. See you next Tuesday, bitch. Bitch, you know how to take my coffee. There's that bitch.
That's why I'm afraid of Franny.
I get it. I'm afraid of me too.
I mean, that one side, I told you. Guy in Sea Caucus, a guy in Cuba, and Franny. Those are my three.
I love this, man. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Dom sucks. I'll always listen. You got a loyal one here. You guys know it.
Thank you so much, Chris. Stay out of trouble. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. We're going to come back with a trifecta, and then your chance to win Rockville tickets at 11:45. Also, over the weekend, on the listener, a very nice gentleman came up to me and gave me his business card. I brought it in. I got to show Franny and Dom. And he has a boat service where they'll take you out fishing. He goes, I listened to the show the other day. And he goes, and if you guys want to come out, I would love to take the three of you out for everything that you do for me every day and entertain me. And I said, you're so nice. I said, I'll check it off with the boss. I'll talk to Franny. And we'll figure it out. You never know when you bump into people what they got. He said, you can bring your own rod. I said, I prefer to. It is the Penthouse. It is the Penthouse. We'll be back. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
Did you know in certain countries, for one in the Netherlands, if you are disabled, they give you a budget to hire prostitutes to have sex with you if you're a disabled person.
Do you have to be a citizen?
You're asking for a friend?
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
From the Gordon & Partners Traffic Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
On the Turnpike northbound, there's a broken down vehicle approaching Boynton Beach Boulevard. There's construction on Clint Moore Road east of Congress Avenue. Spot something on the roads? Call the traffic tip line, pound 250 keyword West Palm Traffic. I'm Ron Hurst.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Don't miss your chance to spring into deals at Lowe's. Right now, get 5 select 1-pint annuals for just $5. Lowe's, we help you save. While supplies last, actual plant size and selection varies by location, excludes Hawaii. Offer valid 4/17/25 to 4/30/25.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Precision Garage Door of South Florida. Precision Door, a name you can trust.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Got a classic hot rod or resto mod? GiveMeTheVin.com wants it. Just go to gmtvcc.com. Get an offer in minutes. GiveMeTheVin.com is already the best place to sell your car, and now it's even better with their big cash giveaway. Give Me The VIN is giving away $25,000 in cash every month. There are 2 ways to win. Get 250 chances to win with your mail-in entry or 1,000 chances to win if they buy your car. That's with GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty, that the place of business is safe for you to shop in. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe Palm Beach, where all the beautiful ladies are 7 days a week. The girls are there, and they are beautiful. And if you like sports, and if you like UFC, check it out. What's better to watch a sporting event with a beautiful lady? With a 5-star menu. Call up today and reserve a table. You'll be up front and personal with the beautiful ladies. And this Sunday, May 4th, May the 4th be with you. Inspired cocktails. You'll feel like you're in a galaxy the moment you walk in. Sunday, May 4th, a great party you want to be at. May the 4th be with you. Star Wars at Monroe's. Peace.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
Did you know even the smallest increase in mortgage rates can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your loan? Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. It's true, even a 0.25% change in rate can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your mortgage. But with Third Federal's new Early Rate Lock, you don't have to take chances. Early Rate Lock is the only pre-approval that locks in your rate at pre-approval, even before you find a house. Plus, we're so confident that our rates are the lowest, if you find a lower rate, we'll beat it or give you $1,000. And now through April 30th, get pre-approved with Third Federal and we'll pay all of your closing costs. So don't wait. Call Third Federal today.
Right now at Third Federal, even before you find a home, lock in 6.625%, APR 6.685% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-THIRD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. Zero closing costs on low-cost loans only. See conditions for lowest rate guarantee at thirdfederal.com. Equal housing lender.
With Progressive, it's easy to reach customer service with our app, website, chat, or by phone. Because when getting help is hard, it's not help at all.
Little help. A little help over here. Thank you for calling Bench Press Assistance. What? Due to excessive gym volume, all available spotters are currently lifting heavy weights off the chests of other bench pressers. Seriously? Please continue to hold, and we will remove the barbell from your chest in the order in which your cry for help was received.
Getting assistance should be easy. With Progressive, it is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
If you feel like owning a home is out of reach, Rocket is here to give you back the keys because they believe everyone deserves a shot at the American dream. Own the dream. Visit Rocket.com or call 800-4ROCKET. Again, that's Rocket.com or call 800-4ROCKET.
For more information about contests on this station, visit RealRadio921.com/rules.
Sarah Spain for iHeart Women's Sports.
Presented by Elf Beauty.
After a 5-way playoff at the end of regulation, Japanese player Mao Saigo emerged victorious at the first LPGA major of the season on Sunday, the Chevron Championship. Last year's LPGA Rookie of the Year sunk a 3-footer for birdie on the first hole of the playoff for the win, her first LPGA Tour victory. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
Elf Beauty believes their success is due in part to the diversity of their board. Their Not So White paper, created in collaboration with North Carolina A&T, connects the dots between diverse corporate boards and positive results. Read it at elfbeauty.com/notsowhitepaper.
Tariffs and your money? Well, we just offered our thoughts on the most recent episode of the How to Money podcast.
Let's say you do live in a state that gives you a tax break on $529. That's great, but don't invest those dollars once you put them in.
We're all about investing in a 529 plan. Typically, right, you want that tax-advantaged money to grow. But as you get close to needing to spend the money, de-risking is crucial.
In uncertain financial times, How to Money is here to help. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search How to Money, and start listening today.
Mo Better Garage. We make it Mo Better.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Monday, the last Monday of April. So if you got anything to do before the end of the month, you better start shaking your ass. Let's go. Make it happen. This is the week of the Derby. We're going to have on the Greek Zone the cigar of the Derby, the company's CEO calling us this week. Ooh. So we'll see what happens about that, because every year the Derby picks a cigar. It's in the Monte Cristo family, so he might give us a call, and hopefully we'll have a reason to smoke that cigar. Probably doubt it. It's 15 long shots. Later in the show, we're going to go over them. We're going to bet all 15, or we're probably going to lose. But it's all about attitude. Dominic's in the house.
Hello.
Franny's here.
What's up?
And it's time for Greek's Trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
All right, the Panthers tonight are playing home. They are taking on Tampa Bay. They're up 2-1. They need to win this game. If not, there's trouble in Denmark. We got some issues because then it's going to be 2-2. We really got ahead of the whole series by winning 2 games in Tampa. We can't give them back 2. Panthers are a favorite. You could hear it on Real Radio tonight, 921-1017. Let's go, Panthers. And the Heaters tonight are playing basically at the same time. Maybe you can go to the first half, watch the Heat, and then go over to the Panthers and watch the second, third period. I don't know. If you had a choice, Dom, what would you do? First half, which way? Would you watch Heat first half and then go to the Panther game, or Panthers first quarter and then go over there first period?
What time's the game?
I think they're both about
7.
I think 1-7, 1-7:30. I think. Got to double check.
So I'd probably go whichever's the earlier one. I'd go to that one first, then go to the later game.
Then go over there.
You get more time then.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. Check it out. That'd be something to do. Follow you on social media, driving from place to place, hanging out. Maybe stopping at a strip club down south. And
what's that distance between those two, you think? 30 miles?
I don't know. I'm guessing maybe an hour.
You think?
Maybe. You would have to check the 2 arenas distance. I don't know. I would go over 30 miles, but I could be mistaken.
Yeah. That could take a bit.
Yeah, I'm going to guess over an hour it would take to get from.
What is it called now where they play the Heat?
Kaseya.
Okay.
And the Panthers, they have a...
Amarant.
Yeah, it's a bank, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Franny's looking that up now so we can figure out this whole night for you. And we'll get you gas, too.
Oh.
And we'll throw in a New York Prime gift card.
Ooh, I don't know. When am I going to stop there?
Yeah,
I might just skip it and just go to New York Prime.
You might as well just go to New York Prime.
You're not too far off. It is 36.3 miles via I-95 Express, and they said it's about 50 minutes.
Yeah, said about an hour.
So not too far off.
It may be a little tough there to make it because you're going to miss some of the game, definitely. So the Panthers play tonight. They need to win. Heaters, this could be their last game of the season. So if you like the Miami Heat, they are 9-point underdogs right now. So that's one thing you got to worry about. Can the Heat cover? Maybe they can cover, but I don't know. The Cavs look pretty unbeatable. Bill Belichick, he had an interview yesterday on Sunday morning on CBS, and his girlfriend was there, and she seems to be handling a lot of his career as far as what goes on with the media, and even North Carolina. She sends out a lot of emails to the staff and all to the players of different things. And when the interview was going on, he said, well, how did you guys meet? And she said, we're not discussing that. And Bill looked like frozen. Mm-hmm. Every guy knows that situation. Like when their girl's mad at him, you look over and you're like, ooh, I'm not doing that. So Bill didn't say that. I wonder how they did meet. Because this has been going on a few years. They had Belichick a couple of years ago. Remember when he was leaving that house in the morning?
Mm-hmm. It was hers, wasn't it?
I think it was her beach house.
Probably like some cheerleading thing or something that he met her at or something.
Cheerleading thing.
Well, she tried cheerleading somewhere, and he was like, ooh, look at this young girl.
I think it was they were introduced. I think somebody introduced them.
Didn't they say that they met on a flight? Wasn't that the story?
I don't know if I ever heard that.
Yeah, that she was like 19 at the time, college student, reading a textbook on deductive logic, which sparked a conversation with him, and they exchanged numbers, and that's how the relationship began.
Really?
Said it was back in 2021.
Wow, on a flight.
And then they went public in June of 2024.
So I guess maybe, what I assume, Belichick was flying first class. He's a little cheap. I don't know. And then she exchanged numbers, and the rest is history. I think that's a nice story. Why wouldn't you want to say that? I'd be like, we were on a flight, and we started talking, and the next thing you know, I met a very unusual way. I met a girl on Saturday at a restaurant. It was very neat. One of my buddies was telling a story about me. I really didn't want it to be open, but she overheard us, and she was a bartender, and she was like, can't help but hear this story. And she was just pretty funny. I said, that's really not the type of guy I am. Let me just set this straight. I said, that's just a portion of the story that you're hearing. But if you want to have dinner later, call me. Anyway, shooter's going to shoot or whatever. So the Panthers tonight and the Heaters. We'll see what happens. The Marlins are taking on the Dodgers. And the NFL drafted great with ratings and great with attendance. Between 500 and 600,000 people over the weekend. The NFL is just a machine, and it is just not slowing down. I am surprised how many people showed up. And Saturday, was it Saturday? I think, maybe it was Friday. The weather wasn't great.
Oh, no.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Thursday, it was cool. It was nice. But Friday, we saw Roger Goodell there, and the weather was bad. It was rainy and cold, and still people came. Also, the NFL announced Christmas games for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people are not happy about that, but I know the NBA is furious because they get crushed. But, man, I was surprised. I think it was like 20-something years the NFL did not play on Christmas Day. Our Miami Dolphins years ago were involved in a playoff game against the Chiefs and went into overtime, and there was such people so complaining. Again, this is back in the 70s, so they were like, no more games. And then it seems like the last 5 years, they started with 1 game, 2 games, and Roger Goodell announced, you know what, screw Christmas, I don't care. We're going to have 3 games. And I thought he said for like the next 5 to 10 years that it's in. So Christmas Day, if you like football, you're going to have something to watch. And something to bet on. Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Treats in Deerfield Beach in the Cove Shopping Plaza. Stop over there today and have a gelato, and maybe I'll put a smile on your face. You want to give away some tickets?
Let's do it. What do we got?
We have tickets to what, Tom?
I believe it's Welcome to Rockville.
Yeah.
That's huge. Yeah, that's at Daytona International Speedway. And we're playing, right? Greek's Casino?
Yes.
All right, so give us a call, 877-927-6969, 877-927-6969. Now, I'm telling you, welcome to Rockville, May 15th through the 18th. This is a pretty heavy ticket, y'all.
Yeah.
The lineup is insane. If you've not seen it, Korn, Green Day, Shinedown, Linkin Park, Incubus, Alice in Chains, Rob Zombie. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So if you want to go to Welcome to Rockville, give us a call, 877-927-6969, and play roulette at Greek's Casino.
Where everybody's a winner, because even if you lose, you get a 5x7 of me getting out.
Even though people haven't received them yet.
Well, nobody's asked. I mean, that's it. We have my new Derby shirt that's supposed to be in. I'll be on doing some Instagram this week. The day before and the day after. So, like a before and after picture and show you how depressed I get. When you have 15 horses out of 20. What I might really do is make Franny put the bets in. Maybe it'll be a little better luck this year in the Derby. Dom, who do we have?
First up we have is Rick.
Hello, Rick. How are you?
Hello, everyone. Happy weekend, everybody. Hey, Franny, how are you? It's Rick.
Hey, Rick. What's going on?
Oh, do you know Rick?
Yeah, we know Rick.
Very good, very good.
You know Rick, too.
Yeah.
Oh, how you doing, Rick?
Rick shows up to a lot of our events.
Tell you,
yes.
Of course, I always do. Greek, real quick. What do you think of the Rodriguez horse? Rodriguez.
For who? I can't hear you.
The horse named Rodriguez.
Yeah, I haven't really looked. Yesterday I was at Gulfstream and people were going over everything with me, the 20 horses. I haven't even dipped into it.
Yeah, we're going to get into them probably after this, Rick.
What are the odds on it?
Okay, very good. I like them, but we'll go back to that some other time. All right, go ahead.
All right, so it's Greek Casino. You get to pick red or black, 1 to 18, and 0 goes with 1 to 18, or 19 to 36, and 00 goes with that. And like I said, it's your call. Black or red, odd or even, or pick a number.
All right, let's go with red.
Red. Ooh, a little red lately. Ooh, red's doing well. Red always does good with lingerie, too. I know Dom loves red lingerie. It's the back of his baseball card. Here we go, Rick. We're spinning. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, you're getting a good one.
That Rodriguez is 12 to 1, by the way.
Oh, not bad. All right. What did you say?
Red.
You're a winner. Red 27.
Winner.
All right.
All right. We're going to have to bet the horse now, too.
Yeah, this is a great ticket. So you're really going to enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I'm going to try to go to Gulfstream, I hope. If I can make it, I'm going to try to go Saturday. Well, who knows? I might see you there.
All right. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Rick.
hang tight.
And thanks for listening. Now I know who it is. And now it just popped into my head. Way to be, Rick. Thank you so much. John, thanks for your help. Get his information. If it's wrong, don't worry about it. He's won enough stuff on the station. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you guys want to get involved. Also on the table today, people who have gotten famous for crazy reasons or dumb reasons. Maybe you can add. Huck to a girl is probably the number one thought that everybody has. But maybe we also mentioned the Kardashians. They were on the list. But again, Jersey Shore, things or people or whatever it is that you know, people who have gotten famous for dumb reasons. Give us a call or text us.
Let's see. 47142 started off with Real Radio. Says, is it Levi's? Quarterback for the Titans' girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah? Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Quarterback
Levis,
for the Titans.
I think it is.
Levis?
Yes.
Okay. For the Titans' girlfriend from the draft 2 years ago, she took over the whole draft, they said.
Yeah, because she was really hot.
Okay. That's from Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to get into this, and then we will get into some Kentucky Derby horses. So this is humble brags that make couples sound arrogant. No, it's not just one individual person. We're talking couples. So according to this, and Dr. Dave's is something I looked at, they said, George Clooney recently said that he and his wife Amal have never had an argument, and they've been married since 2014.
Everybody says
so.
this
I was
bull.
like, that is so hard to believe, and it may be true, but it's still one of those eye-rolling, inducing statements couples make that really make them sound smug, is what he said.
Yeah.
So according to experts, relationship experts, identify the worst humble brags that couples can make. Like, we never argue, or it was love at first sight, stuff like that really make people want to roll their eyes.
Right.
Yeah. So they said the thing is, humble brags like this, like the one that George Clooney did, can make us worry that our relationship doesn't measure up, right? They're like, what, they've never fought? We've all known couples that go on and on about how easy it is or how perfect the relationship is all the time. And while these things may be true, a psychotherapist, Claire Patterson, points out that some people just really want the relationship to look polished and feel they have to mention it often. So I have a friend like that. On social media, it's like power couple this, power couple that, like the pictures as a hashtag. But then when I get her one-on-one in real life, it's just, she's miserable. So it's just like, why? She's trying to create this facade, but then,
you know the truth.
For everybody else.
Did you ever call her on it and say, like, why do you do that? Or you never brought it up? Because you don't care.
No. So relationships experts say that these are some of the most eye-roll-inducing statements couples commonly make that drive us crazy. The whole we never argue. When a couple tells her this, couple therapist says it makes her wonder
what they're sweeping under the rug, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because every couple has tension at some point. It's a
Yeah.
complete myth that couples should avoid conflict and be deliriously happy, she says. It's about arguing well rather than just not arguing.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
This one, humble brags. That they said make couples sound arrogant. We always have sex. Having well-matched sex drive is great, but that doesn't mean you'll always have that luck. She says it's frustrating when people suggest they've cracked the code and have a perfect sex life. She said things are never always perfect. She said it was love at first sight. Even if it really happened, it's not as glamorous as it sounds. In reality, we're talking about chemistry, and chemistry is a lot of chemicals like cortisol and dopamine that create anxiety. She said both anxiety, fear, and excitement are processed in the same way by the brain's arousal. This one, we don't air out our dirty laundry with anyone. Said complaining too much about your partner isn't healthy, but having someone to talk about what's happening in your love life definitely is healthy. And then finally here, we never go to bed angry. She said sleeping on it is okay. These experts confirm, so don't feel like everything has to be fixed right before bedtime. So no matter how romantic some couples make it seem, yeah, and I have heard that because a lot of people say, like, you shouldn't go to bed, but sometimes they're like, sometimes you should. Let cooler heads prevail. Get some sleep on it, and then talk about it the next day.
Yeah, I think didn't people say that because in case you drop dead in your sleep, and then you're like,
is that a thing?
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, I went to bed, man. Or you try maybe get a little action like 3:35 in the morning. You're like, are you still mad?
Never really thought about it like that.
Then you get kicked off, kicked away.
Are we over that? I have heard couples say we never argue, a lot, but not asked. You know what I mean? The love at first sight. I don't know. I've never had it, but I guess it exists. And if it does for you, God bless. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, everybody's different. I mean, I didn't argue with a lot of people I dated, but really, when I look back, I really didn't care. So that's really why I didn't argue. So, I'm being honest.
What else is new?
It's just true. It was a debate yesterday. Have I ever been in love by like 8 people? And one stranger who walked by and goes, no, I don't think so. I said, keep walking. Yeah, it is pretty interesting when you hear couples say stories like that. George Clooney, though, again, some people were like, well, what do they got to argue about? You know what I mean? They have the perfect life. He's a movie star. She's successful. They got twins. I don't know. I think the only time they argued, they said, was she wasn't happy he dyed his hair. But that's about it. But, yeah, I think that's a little bit, when you're saying things about your relationship. And people ask you, it's one thing. If you're unprovoked and you bring it up, then that's something else. It's totally different like that. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. We just gave away Rockville tickets. I think we have them all week. Am I correct on that?
I believe so.
Yeah, and I think Thursday and Friday we have also to jump on the Kentucky Derby weekend. We'll give you a chance to win a gift card to Burnt Max's and a gift card to New York Prime. Always want to take care of you guys. We appreciate you listening. And we hope we entertain you to 4 hours a day. And that additional hour, that Greek kid we give you too. And we hope you learn something from everything like that. Later in the show, we're going to go over to Derby horses. We got 20. We got a whole week. We got to figure out how to lose all this money. So we got a whole week. Franny's going to help us out. Already we got one horse, Rodriguez. We're going to have to bet that because the gentleman won. And it's 12-1. That's pretty good odds. But I mean, if we start betting 12-1 horses, we're going to have 18 horses. I mean, because then then you almost can't make money if you win. I mean, then we got to have a long shot come in. We'll see what happens. It is a lot going on. We got Franny's birthday this weekend, and obviously we got the Derby, and there'll be a lot of parties. And maybe you got an interesting place that you also watch the Derby at. Let us know. Bradley's for years. A lot of people watch that. I think the original owner was a horse owner.
Oh, really?
I think so. I thought
everyone just ended up there because of Sunfest.
Yeah, but
that too.
But I think the owner of Bradley's years ago, he owned a horse that won a Derby years ago, and I could be mistaken. I remember seeing that on the one of the frames there they had. Always, and a good place for pretzels, by the way. If you need a place for pretzels, if you don't, screw. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. Hope you guys are having a good day. We appreciate you listening. We'll come back with so much more. Peace.
Be your friend. Follow us at Real Radio 92.1 on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. We're giving you 13 shots a day to score $1,000.
Oh, yeah. Can't believe it. Woo!
Every weekday from 9:05 in the morning to 9:05 at night, we're giving you a keyword at 5 past the hour. Take that keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Every keyword is worth $1,000.
Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome.
It's a grand in your hand. Good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
As one of the largest personal injury law firms in Florida, we know that insurance companies are looking to pay you the least amount they can. If you've been injured in a car accident, call Steinger, Green & Feynman. We'll fight hard to get what you really deserve. Offices, West Palm Beach.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
On the Turnpike northbound, there's a broken down vehicle approaching Boynton Beach Boulevard. There's construction on Clint Moore Road east of Congress Avenue. Spot something on the roads? Call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm Traffic. I'm Ron Hurst.
This report is sponsored by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather Injury Lawyers.
This is Scott Smith with Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather. Our purpose, legal power. Our mission, huge results. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. Help is just a local phone call away.
Auto accidents can be overwhelming. If you've been injured, Gold Law can help. With offices in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast, choose the experts at Gold Law. Our dedicated team of attorneys will handle your case with care and expertise. Don't wait. Choose the twos and call 561-222-2222 or visit care.goldlaw.com. That's 561-222-2222 or online at care.goldlaw.com. Let us fight for you while you focus on healing.
Leo Schofield spent decades in prison for a crime Jeremy Scott later confessed to. Season 2 of the hit podcast Bone Valley investigates how Jeremy's violent past unfolded and who else may have suffered his wrath.
This is a case that should never happen. I told him you got the wrong man.
Listen to Bone Valley on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Bone Valley.
Franny, my dad is just about to retire, which means he's going to be home a lot more and hanging out in the garage a hell of a lot more often.
Oh, good for him, which means he's probably got a ton of house projects on tap then, right, Jason?
Yep. The kicker, he still has to yank open the garage door by hand every single time. I think it's about time I get him a garage door opener, but who should I call?
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Believe it or not, there are a lot of people that still don't have a garage door opener. If that's you, it's time to change your world. Precision has the smoothest, quietest openers available and all with the latest tech. And their techs arrive in precision-wrapped vehicles wearing uniforms, and you'll even get a text with their photo before they show up.
So whether you're looking for a new garage door opener, need to repair your existing noisy door, or looking for the latest tech, Precision Garage Door Service has you covered. Schedule your appointment now, flgaragedoor.com.
Why settle for better when you can have the best? Schedule your appointment today at flgaragedoor.com.
It's Work Zone Awareness Week, Florida. Every year, lives are lost in work zones because of speeding and distractions. When you see orange cones, remember, slow down, follow the signs, and stay focused. Workers are counting on you to get home safely, and so are their families. Let's work together to prevent crashes and save lives. A safety reminder from the Florida Department of Transportation. Slow your roll, safety's the goal.
Julie Haft here for Air Around the Clock. If your wife is hot, give us a call at 954-FIX-MY-AC and get a brand new American Standard heating and air conditioning unit. That's 954-FIX-MY-AC or visit us at atcair.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Real Radio weather.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We are expecting a beautiful afternoon. Temperatures continuing to climb into the lower, in a few areas into the mid, and a few areas into the upper 80s. We will see a few passing clouds, but lots of sunshine throughout the day. Be sure to stay hydrated and fly that sunscreen.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Looking for affordable blinds, shades, or shutters for your home? Don't hire an expensive pro. Check out Blindster.com, where we offer custom-made window coverings at guaranteed low prices with a team of pros ready to help you every step of the way. Blindster.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. For $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword HAPPY at realradio921.com. That's HAPPY. Enter it now at realradio921.com, and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the PH, Real Radio 92.1, 101.7. Of course, anywhere around the world on the iHeartRadio app. Wait, what? Yep. If you have the iHeartRadio app, you can tune us in. Make sure you make us that #1 preset. And hopefully you're always tuning in because we have these magical words that we give you. Actually, Rover from Rover's Morning Glory gives them to you. And those words can get you $1,000. We call it grand in your hand. And he just gave you a keyword. You're going to take that keyword. You enter it. realradio921.com. Dom, do you know what that keyword was?
The keyword is happy.
Happy. There you go. Take happy. Enter it. realradio921.com. And hopefully you'll score yourself $1,000. This is Franny. That was Dom. Hi, Dom.
Hello.
And we have Greek with us. Hey, G-Man.
Hey, what is happening on a Monday?
So nice of you to join us, G-Man.
Dom, really? Don't ever ask me again to be a recommendation on your resume when you're trying to get a new job. I mean, you called me text me 9 times this week, and I told you first time, I'll give you a recommendation.
Oh my.
Don't worry about it. My God, every day.
Hey, I did look it up, Greek, and Bradley, E.R. Bradley, they said Bradley won the Kentucky Derby 4 times.
Wow. How do I retain that? Ba-ba-bing.
Yeah. I have to look at that. This was an article in the Palm Beach Post, but it's not allowing me access.
So he had 4 winners?
I think so. I'm trying to click on the link, but
that's amazing. I remember seeing on the wall and one of the frames they had years ago. I don't know if it's still there. And also I remember talking to a woman who went to Kentucky Derby, and she was telling me the story, and she's like, yeah, this gentleman had a couple of horses.
Edward Riley Bradley, E.R. Bradley, a self-proclaimed gambler, bookmaker, and owner-manager of several casinos.
Nice!
Was informed by his doctor that a more outdoor lifestyle might be beneficial for his health. So something as simple as just taking walks and hikes and da-da-da-da. So then, he had this whole empire that he built. But they said that's when he decided, you know what, I'm going to get into some horses. And he did. They said, let's see, what's his name? He had achievements in horse racing. He soon became a Kentucky legend, they say here.
Wow.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the best things I ever did when I had a piece of a horse years ago. So much fun.
They said under the name of Idle Hour Stock Farm, Bradley bred more than 125 stakes winners from 1906 through 1946. Wow. They said, but it was the quality of these horses and the quality of one broodmare in particular that had a lasting impact on the sport.
It's amazing.
Yeah, the name was Bad News.
Really?
That bear. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Bad news if you didn't bet on it.
Did I say bear? What is that? Did I just say bear?
You said bear.
I know I did.
But isn't it bad
Bad
news?
news bear. No, it's I've been horses. I don't. Yeah, need to go to bed. So there you go. There's a bunch of history about him, but yes, you were right. He is a thoroughbred racing legend, they say.
Nice. I got to stop by Braley's and pick up a pretzel. Maybe we'll watch the Derby there. It may be a good place. Maybe some good luck comes there. 151st running of the Kentucky Derby. Like I said yesterday, I saw some pictures of me, Johnny, and Franny, and I have a great frame with some pictures. Somebody put a collage together for me years ago. I might bring it in this week just to show everybody. But it's really, really nice. Franny, myself, Johnny, a couple different, and the guy who won the race, which was cool. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. You could also text us at Real Radio 47142. Anything you want to bring up, always. Mm-hmm. But on the table today, people who got famous for dumb reasons.
There you go. And Hugh, thank you very much, Hugh. Hugh sent Dom and I. He says, hey, Penthouse attaches the racing form for all the races this Saturday. One is the full charts, and the other is a tip sheet that's easier to read.
Oh, thank you.
Yep, and that's from Hugh Jazz, so thank you.
Way to be, you, Jazz. Nice. A tip sheet. You want to do some fun facts?
Sure.
All right, hold on. We'll get your little music going on because Dom's doing two things at once.
It's Fanny's Fun Facts.
All right.
It's called Kinko's.
April 28th, all day long. What do we got going on today? Let's see. It's Biological Clock Day.
Uh-oh.
It's a ticking.
Yeah, it is.
Biological Clock. Clean Comedy Day. International Pay It Forward Day.
Oh, that means I do something for Dom and then Dom does something for you.
National Cubicle Day. National Blueberry Pie Day. National Kiss Your Mate Day. Workers' Memorial Day. Let's see what else we got. World Day for Safety and Health at Work. And what we're going to talk about, it is also, G-Man, it's your holiday. It's National Superhero Day.
Da-da-da! I feel like I climb a mountain.
So, some facts about superheroes you may not know. Superman was originally a villain. Did you know that?
Oh, that sucks.
In his very first concept in 1933, Superman was actually a bald telepathic villain bent on world domination.
Ooh.
Way different from the cape-wearing Boy Scout we know today.
Good thing they changed it.
Right?
I don't think that would have lasted.
Batman once had a gun. Early Batman comics in 1939 showed him carrying a pistol, even shooting criminals. They said DC quickly changed it because it didn't fit his no-kill moral code.
Did they get Robin after that?
Probably.
Yeah, because I don't know if Batman started with Robin. I think Robin was added.
Yeah.
I think originally it was just Batman.
Wolverine was almost a real Wolverine. Literally, they said Marvel's early draft described him as a genetically mutated actual Wolverine who evolved into a human form. Thankfully, they pivoted from that. Superhero Day. Spider-Man's web formula could technically exist. Since scientists have calculated that if Spider-Man's webs were real, they'd have enough tensile strength to actually catch falling cars, close to real-life spider silk strength. They said the Hulk was supposed to be gray. We know him as being green, right? The Incredible Hulk. But the printing presses kept messing up the color, so they made him green instead.
Oh.
So it was a printing error.
Wow.
And that's how the legend was born, green.
Oh, I always thought it was odd that he was green.
Yeah. Wonder Woman's creator also invented the lie detector. Dr. William Moulton Marston, who created Wonder Woman, helped invent an early version of the polygraph test. Fitting for a hero with a lasso of truth, right? Did she have a lasso of truth?
Great ass.
Deadpool was inspired by another superhero and spaghetti westerns. Deadpool was initially a parody of DC's Deathstroke. Even their real names are similar. Wade Wilson versus Slade Wilson, mixed with fast-talking Western anti-heroes is what they say. The Flash's speed is so extreme, he could technically outrun death.
That's impressive.
And comic mechanic Flash can move faster than the concept of death itself. They said there's a version where he outruns the embodiment of death across the universe. And then a couple more here. Iron Man suit, how much do you think it would cost?
Iron Man suit.
They said minimum. This is how much a suit would cost.
Oh, the way you say that, then it's got to be expensive. I'm going to say at least $1 million.
What do you think, Tom?
I want to go $12 million.
Experts estimated that building a real Iron Man suit with today's tech, the jet propulsion, weapons, HUD, all this stuff, would easily cost over $100 million.
Whoa!
Without even factoring in crash repairs.
Sorry, Iron Man, you're over our budget. That's a lot.
Yeah. Captain America once became a werewolf. Who knew that? Yes. Cap Wolf, a real comic storyline from 1992. Steve Rogers gets turned into werewolf, but keeps fighting crime because, America still needs him. And finally here, Stan Lee made a superhero just to win a bet. Stan Lee once made a hero called the Stripperella.
Ooh.
Yes. Exactly what it sounds like. After betting he could create a successful hero no matter how ridiculous the idea was. I got to look up this Stripperella.
I think you could.
There you go for some fun facts.
I think there's been many strippers who have been superheroes over the years. You can find a lot of the superheroes at Monroe's 7 days a week. Great place to watch Kentucky Derby, by the way. Monroe's will be open. And I think isn't Sunday the Star Wars Day, too? May the 4th
be with you, yeah.
Yeah, so that's Sunday. I know Monroe's is having a big party for that. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you guys want to get involved in the show. Crazy ways that people got famous or dumb ways that people got famous. If you want to add to the list, we have a few of them. I'm sure everybody's going to bring up the Kardashians. That's one of the people that you look at and say, what are these? I've heard that so many times. What are they famous for? Really, the mom is the genius. That's who really should get. She should get way more credit than she deserves, but she is the genius.
When watching the NBA playoffs this weekend, I was like, oh my God, she's got Skims on the court now, it says it.
Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness, it's right there.
Oh, yeah. She's involved with the NBA. That's been for months. It started this year. I don't know when, but it's been on for a long time. She's on all the stadiums. I mean, all the things. Yeah, that's Skims is huge. I mean, it really is.
It is. It's massive.
And the WNBA, too, I believe, that she's involved with that.
Yep. So having a healthy lifestyle is essential for staying healthy and living longer. We know that, right? It's common sense. They said, but that's not something you have to worry about until you're older, right? Well, it all depends on your definition of older. So a new study looks at the age when the effects of smoking, drinking, not exercising really start to take a toll. And it turns out that age where it starts to take, where it really does start catching up to you, is as young as 36 years old.
I was going to say 35, I thought I read. Wow.
They said to find out, researchers in Finland tracked the mental and physical well-being of hundreds of people for more than 30 years. They said they followed participants from childhood until their early 60s, looking at the way their habits impacted their health over the decades. So they said they looked at participants' physical, mental health from surveys and medical exams when they were 27 years old, as well as 36, 42, 50, and 61. So they said they found out when people had all three unhealthy vices, right? Smoke, drink alcohol heavily, were not physically active at any point in time. Their physical and mental health were worse than if they obviously didn't have those bad habits. They said the damages were even worse when the habits were done long term. According to research, not exercising was particularly linked to poor physical health. Smoking was mainly linked to poor mental health, while heavy drinking is associated with declines in both physical and mental. And they said in all of the participants started showing up when people were in their mid-30s.
Mm-hmm. That's what I read.
Yeah. They said, but the study isn't all bad. They said by following a healthy lifestyle, an individual can cut their risk of developing any kind of illnesses, reduce their odds of early death. They say it's never too late to change to healthier habits. And it's true.
I had a question for you that somebody asked me over the weekend. I wanted to ask you. I said, I'll ask Franny. She's the guru when it comes to this. She was way more than myself, or I believe Dom. How long before, if you make a switch in your life, would you say you would see a result in your actual, your weight and your metabolism and everything? Like, say you stop drinking, start exercise. Would it take 90 days, 120?
I think everybody's different.
Yep, everybody's different?
Yeah.
All right. I got somebody who's going to make it like a drastic change starting today.
We'll start.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to start noticing within a week that, the benefits of it, whether it's getting better sleep or whatever. I mean, you're going to start noticing things, but you can't, want to be like, all right, why am I not losing weight? It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it takes time. It just depends on people.
Yeah, I said to him, if you're going to do it without any drugs, it's going to take some time. And you got to realize that. And he's going to stop drinking. He loves tequila. So he said that's going to be hard to stop. But again, you want to make a change, you got to do it. But you got to be ready in anything in life. If you're not ready and somebody's telling you to do it, probably you're going to crash and burn. Dumb ways that people got famous, let us know. What you thought of the NFL draft. And if you have the winner of the Kentucky Derby, please call us or text us. Or bring it in a piece of paper to Dom here at the station. We'll take all winners for the Derby. 20 horses in the Kentucky Derby. Franny, can you pull them up and we can start to look at them?
Yeah.
We'll start from one and we'll go on.
Okay, according to USA Today, this is what we have. The betting favorites. I got the post draw here. So, Gate 1, we got Citizen Bull, 20-1.
Ooh, got to bet on that.
Gate 2, I don't know if I'm saying this right, but Neo Equos, 30-1.
Ooh, it's 2.
Gate 3, Final Gambit, 30-1.
Ooh, 3.
Gate 4, we got Rodriguez, 12-1.
We'll bet him for our listener.
12-1. Gate 5, American Promise, 30-1.
Oh, Jesus. That's 5.
Gate 6, Admire Daytona, 30-1.
I got to bet that for Florida.
Gate 7, Luxor Cafe, 15-1.
I got to engage at a cafe once, so I'll bet that.
Gate 8, Journalism, 3-1.
I was going to be a journalist.
Yeah, but it's 3-1. You don't
we
know
don't want
odds.
that.
Yeah, you don't know those.
All right, so we're only at 7. That's good.
Gate 9, Burnham Square, 12-1.
I've burned a lot of money.
Gate 10, Grande, 20-1.
To Chicken Boca.
Gate 11, Flying Mohawk, 30-1. Gate 12, East Avenue, 20-1. Gate 13, Publisher, 20-1. Gate 14, Tis Tastic, 20-1. Gate 15, Render Judgment, 30-1.
Oh.
Gate 16, Coal Battle, 30-1. Gate 17, Sandman, 6-1.
Gets him out, thank God.
I think it's Sovereignty, 5-1. Gate 18, I'm totally butchering that. Gate 19, Chunk of Gold, 30-1. And then Gate 20, Owen Almighty at 30-1.
I think I counted like 14 or 15, and you gotta have to look this up. I think the 18th pole position or the 17th is the pole position that's never won in 151 years, either the 18th or 17th.
Okay,
you can look it up, but I remember that like them saying that a couple of years ago, 18 or so. I counted like 15 horses. Oh, that's bad. It's brutal.
Yeah,
I put $100 on each horse. So.
Well, if you put 100 on each horse, you already got 1,500 in. That's a lot. Even if you had a 30-1, you're only making
17 Gate, which is the only post position that's never produced a Derby champion.
There it is.
So the 17th Gate, which is Sandman, 6-1.
We weren't betting him anyway, so screw Sandman. Sandman, you're out. So 15.
Yeah, but
this might be the year.
And it's 6-1. They can keep it. I don't want that. 6-1. We had a trifecta yesterday, and it paid $10.50. It was so pathetic. I let the guy keep it. I go, keep it. Get a beer. Have a drink. He looked there and goes, really? I said, yeah, forget it. We paid 12.
So there's 8 that are 30-1, right? There's 8, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are 20-1.
All right.
And what are you even going after the 15-1?
Yeah, I might as well.
I mean, you're doing the 12-1 too because you said you were going to go after
Rodriguez.
There's a few 12-1s.
Yeah.
Yeah, 15-1 Luxor Cafe.
The thing with horse betting, if you never did it, these are the morning odds. They could change the day of the race.
Yeah.
They could go
some
up.
horses could be scratched.
Yeah, that's right. They can go up or down. If you bet a horse that's scratched, you get your money back. Yesterday at Gulfstream, the 9th race, 2 jockeys fell off of the race. The horses, yeah. And the 6 had no jockey, still came in 3rd. It doesn't count once the horse, if you lose a jockey, and hopefully the jockeys were okay yesterday, but at the 9th race, it was crazy that they lost 2 right in the beginning. So if we just bet the 30-1s, that might be better.
47142 started off with Real Radio. Bunch of text messages. Says, my ex used to start stupid fights before bed. Right before we broke up, she admitted that she was on purpose because she liked having angry sex. WTF, he said. All right. Let's see. Greek never listens. Frady said Batman started carrying a gun, so apparently he was Robin. Like, what?
I didn't say that. I said they added Robin later.
Somebody says there's a 2019 movie, Brightburn, starring Elizabeth Banks, and it follows the original idea for Superman. Never heard of it. Got to check it out. And then it says, hey, Dom, hey, Franny, did you know that Kris Kardashian, Jenner, whatever, should get more credit than she deserves? It's not often that happens, but getting more credit than you deserve should be a regular occurrence. We all deserve more credit than we deserve all of the time. All right. And then we have, let's see. I'm not mad about this, but there was a radio host who got famous for winning a Monoff. You know that?
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I know they used to do crazy stuff on the docks.
Yeah. I don't remember who it was, though. I heard it, but I don't know.
Yeah. And then somebody wants to know, what's Greek's favorite pole position at Monroe's?
3. The third one in the corner, I always like that one because it's not focused on the whole crowd. I like to feel special. I don't like to share my dancers, by the way. After I got to dance, I'm like, you're quitting for tonight. That's it.
When was the last time you got a dance at Monroe's?
Ooh, I would say within a month.
Yeah, really.
I mean, you know, I just do it as a charity. It's
So nice of you.
Sponsor. It's for the economy. When I hear stock market's going down, I go to strip clubs. I try to help. Just like I go to racing tracks. Oh, man, this was definitely... Was there a club on Clematis? I don't know if it's still open. Lost Weekends?
Mm-hmm.
Was
Lost
there?
Weekend, yep.
Yeah, that's what this weekend was. Casino Saturday night late before dinner. And I shouldn't have went. My friends were going to be a couple hours late, and we were meeting these girls. So instead of me just going right to the restaurant, I was like, let me go down to Seminole Coconut Creek for an hour. Whew, not a good one. And then yesterday, when I should have stayed at the spa all day, just got a massage. But I got my massage, and then I went to the track, and that wasn't good. But you know what? Sometimes that happens.
Did they ever yell at you for... Do you ever do that on the tables there, or would you get kicked out right away?
Banging on the tables? They've said something to me once or twice about profanity. Like if I'm playing roulette, never sportsbook. Because sportsbook, I don't really hang out and watch the whole game. I take my ticket and I go home. But never, no. I'm a pretty good customer. I'm not gonna I don't cause problems like that. I don't.
It's just when you lose and you yell.
I might say something if it's a couple in a row, like it pops in 36 and then pops out again or something like that. Yeah, and I'll just be like, darn,
Oh, yeah.
Shucks. Oh, that's the way the ball bounces. Something like that I might say, but not really super loud. You get a little bit of a ruckus, start throwing you out. And actuality, I'm probably doing you a favor if they throw you out, because then you can't lose any more money.
Yep.
I always said if I slept to 5 after 1 on Sundays, I probably lived next to Trump at Mar-a-Lago. That would have saved a ton of money. The bets you don't put in usually are the ones that, you realize. And the ones that you bitch about and complain about. There was a place called a nightclub it was a nightclub at night, but it was a long bar. And it was on the east side. It was called Memphis's. And they used to take bets. But once the game started, it was over. You couldn't bet. So I went in there one night, Monday night. I was with this girl, and we got there like 5 after 9, and I wanted to bet a game. And I was bitching, like, come on, it just started, And he was, the guy who was taking the action was at the end of the end of the bar. And I remember him screaming back, he goes, let the crybaby put his bet in. So he took my money.
Are you the crybaby?
Yeah. Because it was like 5 after 9. The game just started. And I went up to the guy, and I said, I want to bet. He goes, nah, G, it's over. 9 o'clock, can't bet. So he heard me. And then he goes, and don't ever bring that girl in here again. You'll never get her back. And I remember the girl, I sort of looked at him. She was, is he serious? I said, yeah, he sort of is. So we lost. Because I said to him, and you could get paid right after the game, right? So I was like, I'll be back at 1 o'clock a.m. because we were going to China Club. And he was like, not here. And it's true. Like, I bitched that I wanted to get my bet in, and I ended up losing. I should have just been walking out and would have saved the $1,100. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call if you want to get involved in the show. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. Remember, we had a giveaway for you guys at 11:45. We'll have that all week for you, so you guys can have an opportunity to possibly win some tickets later in the week. We'll have a gift card to Burt Max's. You'll love Burt Max's if you've never been there. Great place, great food, and they have a cool fire pit outside, and it's good all the time. And then New York Prime, you guys are familiar with that. If you listen to the show, you'll get that also on Friday. So Thursday and Friday, 2 giveaways. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Rockville. And you guys, we already had one winner today. And maybe it's going to turn out to be a winner for us. Because of him, we're going to probably bet Rodriguez at 12-1 in the Kentucky Derby. It is the Greek. It is Francis. It is Dominic. We hope you guys are having a good day and get that keyword and try to win $1,000. Please. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Real Radio is the News Junkie.
President Biden, he was doing an event where he was talking about a new factory building these computer chips. And of course, Biden knows all about these computer chips.
Oh, yeah.
He's a whiz on the computer chips front.
Maybe they'll come with computer dip.
So here's
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
From the Gordon Partners Traffic Center. Have you or a loved one suffered from nursing home abuse? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
Watch out for delays. Boynton Beach Boulevard. We have an accident westbound right at 95. Right lane is blocked. Expressways look good. No major incidents. Drive times are up to speed. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. What will you find at Macy's Backstage? How about fun Mother's Day gifts, all for under $15? Get low prices every day on unique finds before they're gone. In store only at Macy's Backstage today. Find a location near you at macy'sbackstage.com. Off price, on trend, arriving daily.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-213-5757. 800-213-5757.
Men, is good enough really what you want with your sex life? This is Jeff for the Atlantic Men's Clinic. And if erectile dysfunction is making a bad bedroom experience for you and your partner, you should call us because you want your intimacy to be fantastic, both for you and the one you love. At Atlantic Men's Clinic, our treatments have success rates of well over 90%. And because we're a medical practice focused on men's sexual health, we can offer many treatment options and even combine treatments to find the right one for you. Which means if you're like most of our patients, we can likely get you performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment and make a change from good enough to really good. Your initial visit includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. Call 877-455-7300. That's 877-455-7300. Or go to AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. That's AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. We have 6 offices across South Florida to serve you. Atlantic Men's Clinic, a Promenic restorative health practice.
Looking to sell your ride? Go to GiveMeTheVin.com. It's the best place to sell your car, and now it's even better with the big cash giveaway. Hey, it's Franny, and they're giving away $25,000 in cash every month. Mail-in entry? That's 250 chances. Sell them your car? That's 1,000 chances to win. Go to GiveMeTheVin.com. Enter your VIN, get a top dollar offer in minutes, and ditch the tire kickers for good.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium is America's busiest ballpark with Florida State League baseball games 6 days a week, Tuesday through Sunday, with a special promotion every game. For tickets, schedules, and more information, stop by the ticket office or visit RogerDeanChevroletStadium.com.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
It's Work Zone Awareness Week, Florida. Every year, lives are lost in work zones because of speeding and distractions. When you see orange cones, remember, slow down, follow the signs, and stay focused. Workers are counting on you to get home safely, and so are their families. Let's work together to prevent crashes and save lives. A safety reminder from the Florida Department of Transportation. Slow your roll. Safety's the goal.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Don't get suckered into the same old free phone game by Big Wireless. There is a better way. Pure Talk, my sponsor, my wireless company, has a better offer. A brand new free Samsung Galaxy with qualifying plan for $35 a month. You get unlimited talk, unlimited text, 15 gigs of data, all on America's most dependable 5G network. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword Pure Talk for your free Samsung Galaxy with qualifying plan. Pure Talk, wireless by Americans for Americans.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
If you feel like owning a home is out of reach, Rocket is here to give you back the keys because they believe everyone deserves a shot at the American dream. Own the dream. Visit Rocket.com or call 800-4ROCKET. Again, that's Rocket.com or call 800-4ROCKET.
Car accident? Visit smithball.com to learn more about our past huge results and how we can help.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We are expecting a beautiful afternoon. Temperatures continuing to climb into the lower in a few areas into the mid and a few areas into the upper 80s. We will see a few passing clouds, but lots of sunshine throughout the day. Be sure to stay hydrated and fly that sunscreen.
This report is sponsored by FreshFromFlorida.com.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Here's what's trending now on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
Okay, don't freak out. Chaperone is here, and she is unfiltered on Las Culturistas. I gotta warn you, there is no topic off limits. Plus, Kate Cassidy breaks her silence on Purpose with Jay Shetty. She talks about Liam Payne, and it's an episode you do not want to miss. Plus, Amy Lou Wood drops by On Air with Ryan Seacrest, and she says she felt pretty ugly after learning her casting process for White Lotus.
Explore the latest. Open the free iHeartRadio app and see what's trending now.
Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Jason Weiser, attorney at law.
You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Monday. Appreciate you guys tuning in to Real Radio 921 101.7. Thank you so much for always tuning in to our station. Don't forget, Panthers tonight on Real Radio. If you want to watch and listen, you're definitely going to listen here. Dominic's in the house.
Hello.
Franny's here.
What's up?
Time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creaky Trifecta.
All right, the Miami Heat are playing tonight, and they are home. Tickets are very reasonable if you want to get down and see the Heaters in a playoff game. Dominic said upstairs $16 and downstairs $60, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Was that including fees or no?
I was just looking on StubHub.
Okay. So, yeah, they're very reasonable if you want to go see the Heat tonight. Take on Cleveland in Game 4. If the Heat lose, that's it. Their season's done. Tomorrow you can find them on a golf course. So maybe they can stick around and get a W tonight. Do you think there's any chance, Dom, they win?
Nope.
There it is. Panthers taking on Tampa Bay Lightning.
They got a better shot.
They got a better shot. Tampa Bay, big win on Saturday, shutting down the Panthers, and they got a 5-1 victory. I know Jason, Franny's co-host, is going to the game tonight, so he's excited, and he'll be wearing his red jersey, going crazy. I saw a lot of people. Was Saturday night at the casino with the Panther jerseys on. Tons of people because they must have went to the game.
Mm-hmm. And then went to the casino afterwards.
Yeah, and having a good time. I was like, man, there's a lot of Panther jerseys. Then it hit me that everybody was at the game. But Panthers tonight also, basically the same time, which is crazy. This has happened twice, and everybody says the same thing. Like, can't they figure this out where, one could be a different time? But again, this is the schedule. So if you like Florida sports and you feel like rooting tonight, you got two of our teams right in action. NFL draft was this weekend and did so much better than they anticipated with ratings and with attendance. Some numbers for attendance were between 500 and 600,000 people over the 3 days, which is amazing for there. And as far as ratings wise, they just said they crushed it. They did more than the NBA finals. So hats off to the NBA.
Playoffs.
Excuse me?
You said finals, NBA playoffs.
Playoffs? I thought it was the finals I read too.
Really? That big?
I thought it was like 15 million aboard the NBA finals. Yeah, the NBA finals usually gets in about 11 or 12 million, depending on what day of the week it is, and who's playing, obviously. But I thought they said finals. I could be mistaken. But yeah, the NFL just crushed it all around. And the NFL also did announce Christmas Day, they're going to have 3 games for a long time to come. So if you don't like football on Christmas, get used to it. And the NBA is always going to have. I wonder if the NBA at some point is going to be like, we're not going to play Christmas Day anymore. They might. That probably would be the best thing for them to do because every time they do it the last couple of years, they just get shown up.
Yep.
So I would just be like, you know what? We're not going to even play. And usually for the NFL, one of those games has been on an alternate, broadcasting. So it's not on local TV or stuff like that.
Netflix.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. But if I was the NBA, I probably wouldn't want to be their stepchild. I might not schedule. But these are people who make decisions way above my pay grade. So we'll see what happens. Greek's Trifecta, sponsored by Pilar Coffee Bar and Ice Treats in Deerfield Beach in the Cove Shopping Plaza. Peace.
All right. So IMDb just came out with the most watched shows of all time. And I saw this last week, and I was actually very surprised by this list. But just because I didn't watch it doesn't mean, because these shows are wildly popular. They really are. But I was surprised. I would have put some other shows on this list. So do you guys want to guess? So I'll let you know. Let's see. It was IMDb compiled this list. According to a stat website, Statista, they said that they were looking at shows that ran up until, let's see, according to the list compiled, according to Statista, over 30% of Americans consider themselves at least casual fans of this one particular show. The show, I'll give you a clue, number one on the list, ran from 2011 to 2019.
It's that show where all the goofy kids are on. What the hell's the name of it? Oh, man.
No.
Is it Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones, number one.
Is it really?
Ding, ding, ding.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Big Bang Theory, is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
That made number 7 on the list. But Game of Thrones,
wow,
went the top of the list for the most watched show of all time.
How about the 70s show? Did that make the list?
No, it did not.
No? Oh, I thought it did pretty good.
Any other guesses?
Is it just during that time frame?
I got the top 10. Nope.
All in Family?
They're saying of all time.
Friends?
Friends, number 4 on the list.
You would think that.
Is Seinfeld on there?
That I was shocked. Not on there.
Wow.
I was really surprised.
I would think that would be on there.
At top 10, not there.
Wow. Friends was.
One of these was really surprising, and I love this show, and it's on Amazon Prime, so it's not. And so a lot of these are streaming services, too, which makes it even more surprising.
The Grand Tour.
No. What is that?
It's on Amazon. It's Top Gear when they moved it over to Amazon. That's why I guess that.
No.
MASH?
No.
All in the Family? No.
No.
Seinfeld?
Like, I wouldn't go, don't go past, like, 80s or 90s, really.
Can you give us that?
Well, there's 10 on here, so.
Couple hits?
The Office at number 10.
Yeah, damn. Should have got that.
The Boys. That's what I was surprised about. I love The Boys. I think it's great. Number 9 on the list. That's, speaking of superhero days, it's a superhero, but there's one that he's not good. He's not nice at all. Dexter at number 8.
Really?
Yeah.
Never saw that.
It's good. I think they brought it back, right?
I
think,
believe so.
Yeah, I think they did. The Big Bang Theory, he said number 7. Sherlock, number 6.
Never heard that.
Walking Dead, not surprised, number 5.
Yeah.
Never really watched that, but I know it was very popular. Friends at 4. Stranger Things, number 3.
Who's in that?
Stranger Things is great. That's Netflix. Kids.
Okay.
And Winona Ryder's in it, too.
Never saw it.
What's her name? Millie Bobby Brown, too. Yeah. Number 2, Breaking Bad. Uh-huh. And then finally, number 1, Game of Thrones. So according to IMDb, these were the most watched shows of all time.
Wow.
I know, surprise.
I was going to throw in Sopranos, but I said, nah, I don't know about that. But yeah, man, I am surprised by that list. I'm surprised Seinfeld's not on there.
Mm-hmm.
I would have thought they would definitely be in the top 10. Man, yeah, you just don't know. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. You could also text us at Real Radio 47142. If you want to add to it, we had a topic earlier today. You could always ask us anything, but earlier today we had reasons people got famous that were so crazy or bad, and you were just like, I can't believe it. And of course, Huck to a Girl was there, Jersey Shore, Kardashians. Those are a few that you got to be like right away, like, ooh, those definitely without a doubt. But let us know of any other ones that maybe you guys can think of, somebody who got famous. I don't know if you, he was known in the sports world, the kid at the Cub game years ago that caught that ball. I forget his name off the top of my head, but he for a while, he was there. I mean, he had to leave Chicago, and I felt bad. They did a 30 for 30 on him. He's just a regular, quiet guy, and a super fan. Like and when you go to a baseball game, if you've never been, but anybody who listens to the games on their little headsets and watches, those are super fans. See it at football games, too. This kid was just a regular kid. He caught that ball, and then what ended up happening was the Marlins scored a couple runs and ended up winning that series. I do forget his name off the top of my head, but yeah, he was famous in a bad way, not a great way.
So I'm going to be catching a flight on Friday, and maybe I'm pretty good on airplanes, so I don't know if I need to listen and follow these etiquette rules. But I have told you guys, I told the story of how that one girl put her bare foot on my footrest, or on my armrest from behind. Her bare foot. Like, I just look and I'm like, what is happening? And I was so disgusted, first of all.
Did you tickle?
I should have. I should have tickled her toe. No, I got up and I just looked back at her and she kind of got the hit. She was like, oh, okay. Yeah, she moved it. But disgusting. Barefoot on my armrest.
There's been a lot of stuff on Instagram and other places where people talk about people, and I don't think
there's a passenger shaming website or Instagram page. If you've seen that, it's on flights.
I'm just surprised with the planes. They don't have a sign, or they tell you, like, don't take off your shoes if you don't have anything, socks on or whatever. I don't think that should be uncommon. Respect other people.
Yeah, of course. I do think some people do take off their shoes, but don't take off your shoes and put them on somebody's armrest. Like, it's just come on.
Respect,
common sense. But yeah, so they asked editors, like, hey, will you share some airplane etiquette rules that everyone should know? And nearly 3,000 comments came in. And that's one of them. Don't put your feet up on the armrest of the person in front of you. I really don't want to move my arm and touch the bottom of your foot. Yes, I could have written that. They say it's not okay to fill public spaces with noise pollution from scrolling through TikTok or whatever video content you seemingly cannot live without. I said that one lady next to me, she was watching a movie and she had her AirPods in, so she thought she was listening. She was an older woman to her AirPods, but it wasn't. It was like full volume, and everybody's staring at her. And I finally was just like, I have to say something. And I wasn't rude about it at all, but I was just like, ma'am, she was right next to me. I was like, you're, it's on speaker. I was like, it's not. She was like, oh my gosh, she was so embarrassed.
Yeah, but she didn't really know.
She didn't know, but people were getting so annoyed around her. Don't drape your long hair over the back of a seat. I've seen that before.
That's terrible. Bad.
Yeah.
I don't want your hair over my television screen.
Yeah. I was going to say blocking my screen.
Getting down into my food area. Yeah.
Yeah. Gross.
Terrible.
Please wear a mask if you're sick or coughing a lot, and wash or sanitize your hands. I don't want to get your sickness when I'm on vacation.
Mm-hmm. And people always say.
Just in general, just hygiene.
Yep.
If you're in a plane, you're in that little, spot. And there's so many people, and you're crammed in there. Like, try to smell decent. Try to smell good. I told you guys that one time, like, I have never smelled body odor like this in my life. and I had to sit next to her this whole. Luckily, I had a layover, so it was like an hour and a half. But I was so grossed out. I had my jacket over my head, my sweater over my head. I couldn't breathe. I asked the flight attendant for a mask too. So I'm wearing a mask
because it's somebody else.
Yeah, and I have all this stuff. So I could. So it was so bad. It was so bad.
Did you think about asking to move? Like, was there an empty?
No, there was no empty seats. It was a full flight.
How about the cockpit?
Like I'm next to her, and when I was leaving the plane, like strangers came up to me and was like, "I don't know how you did that. I felt so bad for you sitting."
Oh God!
Like, because they were all disgusted, and I'm right next to her, and like she would reach for things in front of my face, like to, like the air vent. I really thought I was gonna throw up.
Oh, my neck.
All right, so they said, let's see. Etiquette that people say you should have an airplane. Standing an inch from a baggage conveyor isn't going to make your bag come any faster. Leave room for people to get their stuff.
It's true.
Said I'd be happy if people could just pretend like they've been in public before, just in general. They said keep your essential oil diffuser at your house. If one more person pulls out an oil diffuser and acts like they get to pick the smell on the flight, I'm going to lose my mind. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. People bringing their oil diffusers?
No.
Huh.
Set it up.
Get to your seat, throw your carry-on to the overhead, and sit down. It doesn't take as much time as it does if you're prepared to do these 3 things. Said as a flight attendant, I wish passengers knew this. If you're going to get up to use the lavatory during beverage service, then be okay with waiting in the back until we're done. Please don't make us pull these 200-pound carts all the way back to let you go back to your seat.
It's a good point.
They said be kind to flight attendants. Listen to instructions. Yes.
Simple.
Keep your damn shoes on. That's what he said.
I don't know how there isn't with all the complaints that you would think by now they would have a sign up, or when they welcome you on a plane, they go over safety. You would think they would say there, if you have a bare foot, don't put it up on, somebody else's chair. Don't be a scumbuddy.
Somebody says window seats gets the window. The aisle seat gets the aisle. The middle seat gets both armrests, according to this person.
That's a tough one.
Don't change your baby's diapers in the passenger area.
Oh, my God. Cyan, what are we doing?
Don't allow your child to scream and bug other passengers without at least saying or doing something about it. Yes, it's a child, but some discipline goes a long way. And then this one, I've seen this on that passenger shaming site on Instagram, the page. Don't clip your toenails.
Oh, no. Stop.
I've seen that. I've seen that.
I would have died.
Clipping their toenails mid-flight.
I would have said something. I would have been like,
disgusting.
Are you freaking kidding me? I also have one to add to the list when I went up to see my mom coming back on JetBlue. If you have a dog on the flight, it's got to be cool. It's got to behave. This dog would not stop the whole way up barking. I mean, it was shocking to me. A lot of times people have dogs on a plane you don't even know. And like I said, the last couple of times I've flown, I've seen so many more people with dogs. Like even in the airport, like walking a dog, I'm like, what the hell am I on? Like dreaming? Like what the hell? Somebody walking a dog? But yeah, my flight, this dog was a yapper. And you could tell everybody was not happy about it. I was sitting very close, but there's nothing I could do. That was it. You got somebody on hold?
Yeah, we have BJ on the phone. Let's talk Kentucky Derby.
Hey, what's up, BJ?
Hey, Greg, how you doing?
I'm doing good, buddy. What's happening?
Hey, I just wanted to, give you some info on some of the horses there.
Yeah, cool.
You like the Grays?
Yeah, I do.
Right. So we got Sandman at 6-1, and Final Gambit is the other. There's 2 Grays in the field there.
And do you know what numbers those are, so I can write them down?
Oh, I do not know that.
I got you.
Well, Sandman was 17, I believe. That's the one that never won.
Yeah, Sandman. Yep, Gate 17, who you normally don't, right?
Yeah.
17's never won. And then what'd you say? What was the other horse? Final Gambit?
Yeah.
Okay, that's Gate 3, 30-1 odds.
All right. Thank you. I like that. There was a horse yesterday.
Yeah, there's
at the track, and it was gray. And the race before the race started, it was a 6. I said to my friends, I go, the 6 is going to win. It wasn't long odds. I was like 6-1. It took off and it won. It just seems like the Grays always win.
Right. They're the prettiest too. So there is one black horse in the field, Chunk of Gold. I guess all black. That's a rarity.
Okay.
And then, hey, I did read up. I had a question that I texted Franny, but the Florida Derby, the Tappan Street, the winner of that is not in the field, I guess, due to a broken foreleg.
Oh, wow. Because the Florida Derby, and it sounds like, you're knowledgeable with horse racing, has had some good success with the Kentucky Derby over the years.
Yeah, I agree. I always look to that field to see who's Sovereignty was placed, and New Equus was the show in that. So.
Yeah, the Derby's just so much fun. I mean, it's the Super Bowl of racing. It's, you get so many people who bet it, who never do. And it's just fun. Like I said, they're long shots. Of course, I'm going to bet them. And, you hope one comes in. It's a little depressing when you have 15 horses out of 20 and you lose, but it's life. I did hear it last night at Gulfstream, and I don't know if it's true or not, but this guy said the weather's not supposed to be good Saturday. And I'm like, how could they know the weather 6 days ahead? And he's like, no, it's supposed to rain Saturday. That's what I'm hearing. I said, all right, well, that'll play a factor.
Yeah, especially in that area. Who knows?
Yeah.
I became a Kentucky Derby fan. My stepmom's from Louisville, so.
Oh, cool.
So I got into it.
Yeah, we went a couple times, and it was. I highly recommend it to anybody who loves sports, and it's fun. It's a long day. Me, Johnny, and Franny did it a couple times. I remember we left like super early, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. We got back at night late, but it was fun. It really was so much fun. The thing to do is not to bet the races before the Derby.
The claim is, I'm looking right now, and they're saying as of like this morning, the forecast for Derby Day, 70 degrees, expected to be mostly sunny. So.
Well, don't go by my sources.
Yeah, that's what it says.
But
I've had the chance to be there for the last day of the year around Thanksgiving quite a few times, but I've never made it to the actual Derby itself.
Yeah, it's great. Again, it's I put it on a list as Super Bowls, same as Super Bowls and NBA Finals. It's just a lot of fun. The thing with the NBA and baseball, like the World Series, unless you get a deciding game, it's fun, but it's not the same thing like a Super Bowl where you're getting a winner or the Kentucky Derby. Or a championship fight.
Right.
That's what I've always said. Like, they're great. Don't get me wrong. They're fun. They're they're very exciting if it's your team too. But when you go to Derby or the Super Bowl, it's it. It's right there. And even more so with the Derby, it's 2 minutes. That's it. I mean, you blink and it's over. And it's just, it's very exciting.
Most exciting 2 minutes in sports.
That's what they say. And then if you go there, they have all the tradition things. They sing the song.
Even the day before, too. I mean, they have the Oaks, right?
Yeah.
Kentucky Oaks and stuff. It's
yeah.
fun.
And they sing the Derby song. And, it's just the tradition is very nice because for most things, the tradition has gone away in all aspects of life, not just sports. So it's nice to see something that, has kept it over 151 years.
Yeah, good deal. All right.
Thank
Good
you.
talking to you.
I appreciate it.
Have a good day, guys.
You too. All right, let me check. I know BJ said he sent some text messages, but we got a few in here. 47142 started off with Real Radio. This must be him. Greek, a Gray Horse, or Sandman, a Final Gambit. Yep, that must have been him. Then we have Lexus, I guess, won the contest and then started calling in. The Moan contest.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I was either Alexis or Josh.
So that's what they got on the Lexus. Somebody else said Lexus won the Moan off. So we got a few people. It says, Franny, can you ask Dom to find the sound between Sanders and Ward talking about their hobbies? It speaks volumes. Basically shows the difference between growing up and work ethic and without.
Yeah,
growing up with a work ethic and without.
I said that to G-Man because it's just like, it's Shador talking to Ward being like, yo, let me get you on a song.
Mm-hmm.
And Ward's like, rap? I don't do rap. All I do is football.
Yeah.
All I do is football. Look up my name, Cam Ward. It says American football next to it.
Yeah, I did hear about that too.
Yeah.
Yep. And then let's see. Top TV shows, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I was always filled with anticipation to see who was going to visit him. Of course, I was high on the ganja and beer. Okay. Watching Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I love it. High and drunk. Says, hey, Franny, I was just listening to Penthouse episode from Friday, and you mentioned how Nicole Kidman still looks great. Good. Tell Dom to check her out on HBO Max. There's a movie called Baby Girl. So I said for you to go check her out on that. I think that might be with Zac Efron. I can't remember. And I know there was one where she said they had a lot of sex. It was a younger actor.
It's perfect for you. And Zac Efron's cute too.
And then somebody says, wow, Franny, I can't believe your luck. I wish a girl would stick her foot on my armrest. I'd lick her toes.
Oh, God.
And then somebody says, Franny, don't fly around Europe because them drop dead gorgeous girls, women stink. I did fly around Europe and I didn't smell anybody.
The foot thing, I think, would be some I would definitely have to say something. All other stuff I would probably put up with, but that I would have to be like, you're going to have to move your foot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we said, if someone drapes their hair over my seat, I'm going to braid it for them.
Oh, nice.
but I have trouble with knots. Then we had Greek. My friend's wife on Saturday played Fantasy 5, midday ticket. They put the numbers. They said all losers. Fantasy evening pick numbers were, so the numbers that she played was loser in the afternoon, but it won at night. She missed winning $100,000.
Oh, that's got to make you sick.
Yep.
And, if you're playing a dollar, you might as well play both. You know what I mean? You're playing, that's got to be.
Just a few hours, yep.
Yeah.
And then
I don't even want to look.
And then it says, I took the auto train from Virginia to Orlando. When I got to the station, I was the first person there. A group of co-ed volleyball players showed up. I was thinking maybe I get to sit near them. Then a guy showed up smoking a Churchill and had a case of beer. Then a family of foreigners showed up. Super clean, beautiful clothing, walked by, and the smell knocked me out. I was in general coach seating initially. I had to go buy a 2-person private sleeping room. I wanted to sit with the girls' team, but I couldn't take the chance. It was like $250 more, but I got drunk and had a nice room. All right, that's nice. And then let's see.
You should have invited the team back there.
And then it says, if it's going to rain at the Kentucky Derby, do some research and bet on the Mutters.
All right. Thank you so much for always getting involved in the show. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. You got a new keyword coming from Rover. We got a new batch of Florida stories and so much more coming at you on the Penthouse. Fast and Furious. Go Panthers. You can hear them tonight on Real Radio. Peace.
The visual aid you need for all the freaky stuff we talk about on the radio. Find it at realradio921.com. Our Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers have slashed their way through the regular season and are in the hunt for a repeat. NHL playoffs are underway, and round 1 is through the rival Tampa Bay Lightning. It's the Battle of Florida, and Real Radio is your official home for Florida Panthers hockey. Catch every goal, every check, every fight, every face-off, and every victory. Not near a radio? You can stream Real Radio 92.1 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app. Florida Panthers hockey on Real Radio is presented by Precision Garage Door. Why settle for better when you can have the best? Schedule your appointment today at flgaragedoor.com. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Multi-vehicle crash in Boynton Beach. Look out for delays. We have a right lane blocked. It's Boynton Beach Boulevard westbound, right at 95. 95 looking good on the afternoon commute. No major delays if you're traveling the Turnpike. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather Injury Lawyers.
This is Scott Smith with Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather. Our purpose, legal power. Our mission, huge results. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. Help is just a local phone call away.
Thinking about buying your first home? Now, with Third Federal, you can buy your first home and pay no PMI. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And you may not realize PMI doesn't protect you. It only protects the lender in case of default. But at Third Federal, you can buy a home with just 5% down and no PMI. Plus, first-time home buyers get $750 off a closing cost. So if you're thinking about buying your first home, go for it and visit thirdfederal.com.
Even before you find a home, lock in 6.625%, APR 6.685% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3rd-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for closing cost coupon at thirdfederal.com/FTHB. Equal housing lender.
Hey, Sagri, Treasure Wealth understands concerns people have with the way the stock market is today. There is nothing that's certain, and a lot of times we're not sure what we're doing. I know myself, I don't know that much about finance, so I always try to ask an expert. I'm telling you, you should call Treasure Wealth today. They will figure out a plan for you, and they could focus on things that you are comfortable with and what your amount of risk that you want to take. 561-390-1000, 561-390-1000. When it comes to finance and your money, if you're not sure, don't be shy. Call Trajan Wealth today. 561-390-1000, 561-390-1000. And it's always good to ask the expert. They can always give you an answer and always make you feel comfortable about what you're doing. When it comes to your money, you shouldn't be unsure. You should be like, hey, this is a decision I made, and I think it's the best choice for myself and my family. Call Trajan Wealth today. 561-390-1000, 561-390-1000. Advisory services offered by Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC Registered Investment Advisor. Paid advertisement.
With Progressive, it's easy to reach customer service with our app, website, chat, or by phone. Because when getting help is hard, it's not help at all.
Little help.
Little hope over here.
Thank you for calling Bench Press Assistance.
What?
Due to excessive gym volume, all available spotters are currently lifting heavy weights off the chests of other bench pressers.
Seriously?
Please continue to hold, and we will remove the barbell from your chest in the order in which your cry for help was received.
Getting assistance should be easy. With Progressive, it is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
All about the presets.
That is the best new feature.
It's like a car radio right on the app. There's a list of what's trending. There's all the podcasts. I love it.
Get in on what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
iHeartRadio. Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We are expecting a beautiful afternoon. Temperatures continuing to climb into the lower in a few areas into the mid and a few areas into the upper 80s. We will see a few passing clouds, but lots of sunshine throughout the day. Be sure to stay hydrated and apply that sunscreen.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Road trip? Let's go! But first, drive into Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where we only pour premium Valvoline oil. No appointment needed. Save today at VIOC.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. We'll get you back on the road in no time.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Rover. Real Radio wants to put $1,000 in your hand. For $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword bank at realradio921.com. That's bank. Enter it now at realradio921.com and good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Monday. First day of the week. Let's make it a good one with a Panthers win tonight as the Panthers take on Tampa Bay Lightning. You can hear that on Real Radio 921 and 101.7. Dominic's in the house.
Hello.
How you feeling now? A little better?
Yeah, after you just yelling that much, I don't know.
Dude, you're doing a radio show. If you're not capable of work in the morning, just call in sick. Stay home like a candy is because you drank too much and girls drank you under.
No one said that.
You said Franny's crew drank you under.
I didn't say they drank me under. I was okay. I'm just saying they drank a lot. All right.
It's not lying.
They're good. They're good.
I mean, you get Franny's crew and then you get Megan's crew and combine them, and then it's just, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. You know, they're good at it. That's it. They know how to party. At least you have a good time.
Yeah.
Professionals.
That's why they're bartenders also, too.
Now, when you go out and you have a drink, have you ever said, like, this isn't great? Like the drink wasn't really good that you ordered?
I've had bad drinks, yeah, of course.
Have you ever sent them back?
No.
Okay. Because, you know, a lot of times when people are out, you know, bartenders and stuff, there's a certain way they want to, you know, just any drink. They're like, man, this is weak or this is too strong or stuff like that.
I'm not a complainer.
You aren't. You're not a complainer. Dom, you are. Brandy's here.
What's up?
You only got an hour left, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
Oh, it's 2 hours with you.
You'll be fine. Green zone, you jump on a hammock, you're fine. It's time for some Florida stories.
Florida. Florida.
Did you say
Florida?
I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
All right, well, I don't know if you guys saw this really scary situation, and several people were hospitalized after a crash involving a ferry boat in Clearwater. Investigators said it happened last night when the ferry and a boat collided into each other. This was Memorial Causeway Bridge around there. At least 6 people were taken to the hospital. The injuries of the victims range from serious to minor. The cause of the crash is still being investigated. But from everything I've read, this is like a hit and run situation. Yep, they said that the Clearwater ferry was in a collision with a privately owned boat. The ferry was carrying 50 people on there. They said, we believe the boat responsible for hitting the ferry left the scene immediately, and we believe our law enforcement partners are at another location with the boat right now. But we're still asking anybody with information that witnessed this, anything, anyone that might have video, to please contact Clearwater Police Department. I said 45 people were on the board of the ferry at the time, 45 to 50 of the crash, including 2 crew members. Of the injuries, 6 were listed as trauma alerts. Of those 6, 2 were flown to Baycare Health, and I do believe there was 1 who did pass away because of this terrible situation. And you know, they're gonna be investigating. May even have more updates on this, but they think that the person, the boat that hit them, they were drinking.
Terrible.
And just left. Yeah. So very, very terrible situation. Then next up in your What the Florida, we have a drunk woman in the Villages who was jailed because she attacked her neighbor. Francesco Amico is her name. Very intoxicated. Said that she attacked her neighbor because her neighbor confronted her about her drug use. And Amico punched the woman, knocking her to the ground. A third woman tried to intervene and break up the altercation. The woman who had been punched called 911. They said she did suffer scratches on her nose where her glasses had been, where she got hit. They said that Amico was intoxicated, slurring her words. When the deputies read her Miranda warning, she was repeating everything he was saying like a joking manner. Yeah, just right back to him, mocking him. It doesn't work well with cops.
No, they're not a big fan of that.
They don't like that. No. And shocker, they found out that she was already on probation for battery. Yeah. So she was taken to Ocala, the regional medical center first to be medically cleared because that's how wasted she was.
That's not good.
And then they brought her to jail. Yeah. Then next up in your What the Florida, we got a Florida woman who got arrested because this dude, and man, she looks like she would start fires. So this woman, Orange County, accused of setting multiple fires and violating. There was an active burn ban going on. This happened on Wednesday. They responded, the cops did, to a report of an unlawful burning happening. So when they did, deputies met with a representative from the Department of Forestry who allegedly witnessed Amanda Clark setting multiple fires in the woods behind the residences. The forestry employee stated that while he was conducting a controlled burn in the area, he observed Clark along with another female igniting fires. He then attempted to intervene, extinguish one of the fires while capturing video evidence of her actions. At the time of the arrest, Clark was found near a transient camp. They said acting erratically. They said that she was arrested, and they said that she's now facing charges related to unlawful burning of land. They take that very, very seriously.
And they should.
So yeah, under the burn ban, residents are prohibited from outdoor burning unless a permit has been issued. So you can't go out there just lighting fires in the woods. And finally here, we have a Florida woman who has a lead foot, man. And got to be careful. Right when you hit that Florida-Georgia line, those Georgia cops are wanting to pull you over.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They are wanting. And this woman is driving aggressively, a Florida woman in Georgia, reaching speeds of 130 miles per hour on I-75.
That's terrible.
130. Yeah. They said not only like it was I-75, she going that fast, but they said the weather they said inclement weather was not good.
Terrible.
24-year-old Jimmy Williams was initially traveling at 93 miles per hour when a deputy pulled out behind her. Then she changed lanes and tried to outrun the cop and went 130 miles an hour. Williams was uncooperative during the traffic stop and was taken into custody. They said now she's hanging out in a Georgia jail. And that is your What the Florida.
Great job, Franny. We do it twice a show, 11:05, 105. Never lacking any stories because we have a great state of Florida. You guys are doing a lot of crazy stuff. Dominick's in the house. Who do you have on hold, Dom?
We have Evan on the phone.
Evan, good afternoon and welcome to the program.
Hello, Greek. Hello, Dom. Hello, Bad Influence.
What's up, Evan?
So you're saying Dom's a bad influence on Franny?
Nope. The other way around.
It's the opposite.
Yeah. Franny's a bad influence on Dom. Well, Dom's a grown man.
He is.
Nobody. It's not Deer Hunter. Nobody puts a gun to his head.
He doesn't. He doesn't have to play catch up or do what we do.
So,
but he chose to. So
yeah, he doesn't have to partake.
Exactly.
When it comes to drinking, guys like to admit they can drink more than women, and when you can't, it sort of makes them feel like not masculine. So I understand that. What do you got, Evan?
Greek, have you ever went to a horse race on turf?
Yeah, there was a couple races yesterday on turf.
Is that grass?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't know there. I thought it was dirt. I thought it was dirt down there.
There's 3 tracks they have at the Gulfstream, and one is turf, and it's always exciting. And for whatever reason, it seems like sometimes long shots come out better in turf. I think there was 2 or 3 yesterday on turf.
Yeah, they say it's better for the horses, because it's better for their legs and stuff like that. It doesn't, but it's the downside is they could lose their balance. It takes more to run on grass than it does on dirt.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I like it when they're on turf. I really do. I think it's cool. But again, I like horse racing and the track, so it's fun.
Sure. Well, I used to live in Nashville.
Okay.
And the week after the Kentucky Derby, they have the Iroquois steeplechase race.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a 3-mile track, and it's really cool because it's on this hill, and you're right next to the track. I mean, you can almost be you can go to like the fence and watch them go by. That's how close you can be. But the thing is, it's so cool to feel the ground shake as the horses take off.
Wow.
And then you can feel it, and then they go, like I say, it's a 3-mile, it's a steeplechase, and they go to the back, and then when they start coming back around, and then you start feeling the ground shake and all that stuff. It's really, you feel it. It's like, you ever went to watch the space shuttle or a rocket go off when you up in Canaveral? You ever went and watched one?
No.
Any go? For any of you?
Mm-mm.
Nope, I haven't made it.
I mean, I think a lot of people would love to do it. It's a lot of people's bucket list. I've never done it.
Oh, the thing is, it's amazing because you're maybe, 8, 10 miles. I don't know how far away it is. It's not that, it's not far. But you watch it go up and you go, wow, that's not big. And then you hear hear crackle. And then all of a sudden, after about maybe 30, 40 seconds, and you start feeling the ground shake and your body, I mean, you can feel it. It's amazing, the feeling. And just for that, 3 or 4 minutes, it's you have to do it once. It's amazing.
No, I definitely want to, but I just haven't.
It's just right down the street, too, from us, basically.
Mm-hmm.
How long does it take? A couple hours?
Say what?
How long is it?
A couple hours, right?
3-4 hours to get there?
Well, it depends on where you are. You're in Boca. Yeah, it's just right out of Cocoa, close to Cocoa, about maybe 20 miles north of Cocoa.
Tom, put it down. Maybe you can go.
Greek's not going.
You never know.
Pardon?
I said I don't think Greek would go.
Now, Franny, how long have you been at this station?
I don't know, long time overall. I mean, because I did sales before too, so I did sales in like 2006.
Okay, so years ago, the Love Doctors had this thing, and it was in Canaveral. You probably know the story. It was called the Bowie Boat Club, and it was a gambling ship, but with strippers.
Okay, I've never heard of it.
Oh, if you any old Love Doctor fan will go. A lot of them went up there. And I mean, because you go offshore and anything goes. Anything goes. And it was wild. The stories you can hear about this, and it was right in Canaveral. And what they would do is after they come out, I mean, you got hammered. I was thinking about Dom drinking for 3 days in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you did the drinking in 3 days in a row on that 5 hours you're on that ship.
I'm sure.
That was the part. Yeah, that was the party. But the thing is, when you get off the ship and you get in your parking lot, there was hundreds of, well, not that many, but there was cops just, they were just arresting everybody.
Oh, really?
Why? Yep, it was a scam, man. It was a bad scam there.
Well, what were you getting arrested for?
DUI.
Yeah, them getting off the boat and then getting in their car.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
where
they
were getting hammered.
Car and they were yep, as soon as you leave the parking lot, they were just pulling everybody over there. But yeah,
and you went on this boat yourself, you said?
No, I didn't go.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you went out.
My friend went. Well, they wanted me to go, but I had something else to do. But they went, and they all got arrested.
Oh, wow. How did they say the girls were?
Yeah.
Did they have a good time with them?
Oh, no. Well, they were. Man, I wish you knew the story, but yeah, they would do things that, that you wouldn't believe that they could do in live performances. I mean, they were doing everything. And guys, you even had a guy. There's a story about a guy that worked there. His name was Squiggy. And if you ever heard the story about Squiggy on the ship, it's amazing. He was well known for that story.
Okay, I don't know it, but maybe somebody will call us up and give us a version of it, a clean version.
Oh yeah, better than that. Yeah, but it was amazing. But my thing is about if you get a chance to go up and watch a rocket, go watch it. And I'm going to call you for the Greek because I want to talk about I'll talk to you on the zone about about the draft.
You got it, Evan. Always welcome to hear your call. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Peace.
877-927-6969. That's the number to call. If you guys want to get involved in the show, you can also text us at Real Radio 47142. Anything you would like, but on topic today, it really is, if you want to talk about people who got famous for really not doing anything, dumb reasons to get famous. We listed a few, but you guys can jump in. Also, the NFL draft. How do you think the Dolphins did? And were you like everybody else so sick of hearing Sanders isn't getting drafted? Sanders isn't getting drafted. Let us know about those things because that was the number one topic. And it was a shame because it took away from the draft. It really did. You didn't hear anything about the draft except that.
So did you guys pay attention to the sperm race on Friday?
I did see some highlights of it.
Did you? Yeah. So a lot of people thought it was a joke, and it was actually not. It was a real thing. In fact, people wagered over $325,000 on the world's first sperm race.
That's crazy.
Yes.
It was a blowout.
Yeah. Yep. It was L.A. and Friday night with students from USC going up against a guy from UCLA. They did 3 heats. And we're tied after 2.
Wow.
USC won the rubber match. The whole thing was live streamed on YouTube. And you even could place bets at polymarket.com. People did wager a combined $329,000. Footage they showed left some people thinking the whole thing was staged, though. It showed each guy's swimmers racing across a 2-millimeter wide track. But it kind of seemed like CGI, they say. Plus, they don't usually swim in one direction like that. Organizers claim the results are fully legit. But even they seem to suggest the footage might not be the real deal. After the race, they said comparisons between 3D and raw footage would be published to verify the results. They said if it was real, some people found it pretty entertaining. But if it was just a fake race based on motility stats of something, it's not nearly as fun. So I guess we will find out.
Yeah, if you bet on it, that's bad. If it wasn't real, then you got screwed. I mean, you don't want to bet something on anything that's not real or you feel like it's fixed.
Yep, and they actually have tryouts.
All right, Tom.
Yep, sperm racing tryouts. So, if you want to, you can buy a kit to test your swimmers and see where they rank on the amateur leaderboard, too, if you want to do that.
In the little highlight reel I saw on Instagram, it was just like they showed almost like a microscopic image of them racing across. Like there's 2 different lanes, so there's one lane for the one guy and one lane for the other guy.
Like swimmers.
And they show them going across, going through little spots and little obstacles.
Oh, wow. Could this be soon an Olympic sport?
Ooh.
Could it get the backing for an Olympic sport?
I don't know, but the one race that I saw, the guy was way ahead of the other guy. He was they did it by section, and he was 2 sections a whole way ahead of him.
People bet on it. I mean, 300,000 is a lot. I mean, to bet on that. I mean, there's a lot of things you can bet on. I don't know if I'd be betting on that. But, I mean, action's action, I guess. At the end of the day, if you got to get down and you need something to bet on, you can bet on that. I don't know if that would be great if you were trying to watch it. I don't know if they had it in any bars or restaurants. Come by tomorrow night. Check it out. First annual. But, yeah, that's a little bit too crazy for me. Even I wouldn't do that. You can call us or text us, get involved with things. You can make any question you want to ask us, or we can talk about people who have gotten famous for no reason at all. And again, it's going to be the one from this year. Probably most people's list. Obviously, it's the top of your mind. I'm sure there's other people that you could think of that got famous for not doing anything. But Kardashians were there. I said Jersey Shore, and a couple other ones that we added to the list. But let us know. Dom, you have any other ones you could think of?
I mean, I would go Bill Belichick's girlfriend.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
You're right. That's a good one.
You would not know her.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good one. And she doesn't really seem to have any talent to us. To him, she does.
And she kind of first started coming out with that ring door video of Bill Belichick leaving her house. That's the first hint of something was happening, you know?
You're right. And that was like a year ago. I believe that. And he was leaving the house, I think, in the summer or something like that. And
I wonder how someone got her ring camera video, though, like that, of Bill Belichick leaving.
Yeah, unless she leaked it, right? Or,
Yeah,
did she have a roommate?
Yeah, unless it was her leaking or something like that. It's weird.
I would think it's her leaking it to get that film. Now, if it was somebody down the street and watched them leaving, then somebody could be, their phone. And
Some people will grant access to their neighbors to access their Ring doorbell camera, so you can do that on Ring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can have your neighbors. They'll be able to access your camera. So maybe it was that, or maybe she has a roommate too. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know if I want my neighbor seeing everything come and goes. That could come back to haunt you in a lot of ways. Maybe that's how Belichick got busted. But yeah, we are talking about Belichick and I think that was a good one. Good job. He did an interview yesterday with CBS Sunday Morning, and she was there front and center when the interviewer asked him, how'd you guys meet? She was like, we're not answering that. And she looked firm, too. I saw the whole thing on TV last night. She looked like she was not having it. And Franny told the story where they met on a plane. I don't think, said. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. So, yeah, you would think maybe like if you met her at Chuck E. Cheese, that might be bad. But if you just met her on a plane and they were sitting there and they were reading a book, that's a good line with somebody. Hey, that book looks interesting. I don't know if I can pull that off. To be honest. Hey, what are you reading? Upside Down. Give me a call. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. We still need a winner for $1,000. And I know it's a pain in the ass to hear it every day, but we haven't had a winner. And we need one, and we want to give away this money. So please try to win. And if you're not doing anything, maybe you're just casually listening or home early from work or just maybe in your backyard, try to make it happen and try to win $1,000. Who doesn't want that? $1,000 coming at you with a keyword. Don, what is the keyword this hour? Do you have it?
Hold on 1 second. Let me refresh. The keyword is bank.
Bank. BANK.
Enter at realradio921.com. So 47142 started off with Real Radio. I had that incident that happened in Clearwater with that ferry, a really bad incident. It was like a hit and run with boat. It says boat accidents are always brutal. It's not like a car accident, because if you're ejected, there's a real risk of drowning. No seat belts, and there's nothing soft on boats. Even the seats are superficially soft with hard insides. Every boat accident I've seen, even those done at slower speeds, involve serious damage and some kind of personal injury. And we have, regarding the rocket launches, I've been in my backyard on the Earman River, I think, in North Palm Beach off Prosperity Road. I would go out back and watch the early morning launches. If you are barefoot on the banks or near the banks of the river, you 100% can feel the earth shake. Wow. It's really not that far away, and ground has a slight vibration. It's a crazy feeling, essentially a man-made earthquake. That's nuts. All the way from North Palm Beach, you can feel it.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then we have this is a question of who gets to hold up the winner's hand at the end of the race like they do at NASCAR. I guess he's talking about the sperm races.
Oh, yeah. Tom, I think it's you, right? Oh. And here to bring the winner out, Dominic.
Isn't that what they hire you for?
They do, but then they can't afford me, so they get you. Not a problem. I'll do it. Whatever I can do to help, you know what? That's what it's all about. Paying it forward. Being in a position to help your brother man. That's what it's all about. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. Don't forget about the Panthers tonight. They are playing Tampa Bay. We need this game. We can't be tied 2-2 and go back up to Tampa. So it's not a good thing. We want to get a W. Saturday, Panthers got up 1-0, and people were feeling great. We're like, all right, we're up 2-0, and we got a lead. But not a good situation. Tampa Bay ended up scoring 5 goals unanswered. So hopefully the Panthers bounce back tonight and get a W. Miami Heat playing too. Going to be a tough spot for the Heaters. Maybe they can extend it one game. I don't know. If I was betting, I'd probably bet Cleveland. What do you think? You think Cleveland crushes them?
Mm-hmm.
Big time?
I think they cover the spread.
Yeah, I think the spread's 9 now. 9 or 10. You would lay 9 or 10?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right, well, Dom has no faith in the Heat tonight. So there it is. He thinks they're going to get blown out. And they may. They may get blown out. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. We'll be back with a trifecta and so much more. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
President Biden, he was doing an event where he was talking about a new factory building these computer chips. And of course, Biden knows all about these computer chips.
Oh, yeah.
He's a whiz on the computer chips front.
Maybe they'll come with computer dip.
So here's
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
From the Gordon & Partners Traffic Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
It's a multi-vehicle crash, Boynton Beach Boulevard West at I-95. Watch out for delays. We do have a right lane blocked. Expressways are looking good. No major concerns. Drive times are up to speed. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Spring into deals with fresh savings at Lowe's. Right now, get 4 Stay Green or Premium 2 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. Lowe's, we help you save. While supplies last, selection and availability vary by location. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Offer valid 4/17/25 to 4/30/25.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and security edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment and paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe Palm Beach, where all the beautiful ladies are 7 days a week. The girls are there, and they are beautiful. And if you like sports, and if you like UFC, check it out. What's better to watch a sport event with a beautiful lady? With a 5-star menu. Call up today and reserve a table. You'll be up front and personal with the beautiful ladies. And this Sunday, May 4th, May the 4th be with you. Inspired cocktails. You'll feel like you're in a galaxy the moment you walk in. Sunday, May 4th, a great party you want to be at. May the 4th be with you. Star Wars at Monroe's. Peace.
Doesn't anybody fix things anymore? It's like all we can think about is replacements. Your TV dies, you get a new one. You rip your pants, you get a new pair. Last time I caught a cold, I was worried the wife might trade me in. If your car is worth fixing when it has problems, and your home gets repaired when it needs improvements, how about fixing the garage door your car comes through instead of spending a fortune to replace it? At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our technicians are not incentivized to upsell you to a new garage door when all you need is an expert repair. We got the parts, we got the training, and the personal drive to think, how can we get this baby back to working like she's supposed to? How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it right. Garage doors are a she, right? Like a ship? Pretty sure it's a she.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
As men get older, our bodies change. We all know that, and often we just accept the changes as the way it is. But some of those changes, such as bad sleep patterns, low sex drive, brain fog, no energy, and reduced gains in the gym, could be due to low testosterone. And that is something you can change. This is Jeff for the Atlantic Men's Clinic. And even if you're in your 30s, if you're experiencing some or all of the symptoms I just noted, you very well may need low testosterone treatment. With our treatment protocols, if you're like most men, you'll be amazed at the change. You'll have more energy, improved mental clarity, your sleep will be better, so will your workouts, and you'll likely find that your sex drive increases too. So give us a call today and make the change for good. Your initial visit includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 877-455-7300. That's 877-455-7300. Or go to AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. We have 6 offices across South Florida to serve you. Atlantic Men's Clinic, a Promenic restorative health practice.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life. In office, West Palm Beach.
What the Florida is brought to you by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather Injury Lawyers.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Point! Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/credit card.
Real Radio weather.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. We are expecting a beautiful afternoon. Temperatures continuing to climb into the lower, in a few areas into the mid, and a few areas into the upper 80s. We will see a few passing clouds, but lots of sunshine throughout the day. Be sure to stay hydrated and fly that sunscreen.
This report is sponsored by FreshFromFlorida.com.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting FreshFromFlorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like the Beatles Now and Then, celebrating all things Beatles.
Together, you say goodbye, and I say hello.
Legendary clips, deep cuts, live performances, and all their solo hits.
And on the run.
Listen commercial-free. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Beatles Now and Then, and make it your next preset.
iHeartRadio.
Medical marijuana made easy. Get approved for your card today at mmjhealth.com.
You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Monday. I hope you guys are having a good day. Thanks for always tuning in to us. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Always have a giveaway for you every day. And don't forget about the keyword you get from Rover. Somebody try to nail that. Bitch.
I did see Cool 1055 had a winner. I missed that in the email. They did.
All right. All right.
Did.
Well,
2 studios down. They got a winner
all
last
right.
week.
Well, at least somebody did win. So it wasn't us, but at least somebody did win. Somebody's in the house doing a Greek salt and pepper shaker move. He's not on camera for that reason alone.
You're not on camera either today, so.
My camera's dead, that's why.
Exactly. No one's on camera. No one's been on camera for hours today.
All right,
Hold on.
All right, Franny's here.
Hey, what's up?
Franny's been on camera, have you?
No.
Nope.
Really? All right, well, we'll start back tomorrow, straight and fresh. Time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
You're such a stool pigeon. I mean, you always let everything out. Panthers tonight.
You.
Panthers tonight as they take on Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay's an underdog. Do you think the Panthers are going to bounce back or what?
Nope.
No? You think Tampa Bay again tonight? Man, you're throwing the shmaluk on the Florida teams. Marlins are in L.A. They're taking on the Dodgers. Also in the NBA playoffs tonight, you got the Heaters with their backs against Brickell. That's right. If they lose, they'll probably end up at the SLS after the game. They're taking on the Cavs. The Cavs are 9-point favorites. Rockets and Warriors follow that up, and that's your NBA for tonight. NFL draft. Great ratings and great attendance. There are some reports saying they had between 500,000 and 600,000 people over the weekend in Green Bay, Wisconsin, which is unbelievable for the NFL. And also the attendance was great, but the ratings were awesome too. NFL just gets bigger and bigger every single year. Next year, the draft is in Pittsburgh, where the Steelers play, and I'm sure that's going to be a ton of people also. NFL also did announce over the weekend that Christmas Day, there'll be 3 games. So if you got any plans on Christmas and you got an NFL fan, you might want to move them around a little because guess what? The NFL is going to have 3 games. There'll be football all day long. NBA plays on Christmas, too. If I was the NBA, I would not play on the Christmas anymore because they just get schmacked, and it's not worth it for them, and it kills their ratings and their brand. I'm not the commissioner of the NBA, but if I was, I would definitely move it to get that scrambled egg off my face. Greek's Trifecta is always sponsored by Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Treats in Deerfield Beach in the Cove Shopping Plaza. Peace. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call if you guys want to get involved. You'd also text us at Real Radio 47142. Again, anything you like. Maybe you have an opinion on the Dolphins or famous people who became famous for the dumbest reasons. And I got a couple of text messages that everybody agrees with Dom. Belichick's girlfriend. Do you know her first name? Because I don't.
Jordan?
Is it Jordan?
That's what I thought it was.
I think it's Jordan.
Is it Jordan?
Okay.
Because that's what it said in the video.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know her first name. And again, if you want to check it out, Belichick did an interview this weekend on Sunday on CBS. And she was right there. She was calling a lot of shots. When the interviewer asked her about how you and Belichick met, she jumped in right away and said, "We're not talking about that." And Bill got quiet. He didn't say anything. And I am a little surprised. A lot of people are commenting on that on social media and everywhere else that they were surprised that Belichick took a knee and just listened to her. But I guess he doesn't want to piss her off. Most people don't want to piss off the people that you're dating. So Belichick didn't say anything. He had a Navy T-shirt on that looked pretty bad. You got something, Dom?
I'm going to grab the audio real quick, so just give me a couple of seconds. I'll have it.
Okay, pal. Thank you. Yeah, it was on CBS Sunday morning. It was an interview about a few things, but he just wrote a new book, and it's about all the things he's learned in football and the 6 championships with the Patriots. He did not mention Robert Kraft, and they brought that up, and Belichick, danced around a little. But then the reporter said, "Hey, you got fired from Kraft," and he said, "No, I didn't get fired. We separated, both of us, thought it was time to move on." We'll never really know what happened in that. I think Kraft
They both have different answers.
Yeah, I think Kraft and him really went sour after the whole Brady thing, and Belichick always had full reign. And I guess when it came down to Brady too, Kraft made him make the call too, and in actuality, turned out to be a bad call. I don't know if the Patriots would have won a 7th Super Bowl with Brady, but he would have still been at least he would have been a Patriot forever. Dom, you have that? All right. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142 if you want to get involved with it.
So a lot of people utilize ChatGPT, and they're saying that there's some things that you shouldn't reveal to ChatGPT at all, or these AI chatbots. Because a lot of people are utilizing it. So they said these days people are turning to ChatGPT for everything, from help writing a professional email to couples therapy. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Even while it can be a helpful tool, there are some limits to keep in mind. Experts caution if you do utilize ChatGPT a lot, these are things that you should never, ever, ever share with artificial intelligence platform. So when you reveal something to a chatbot, you lose possession of it, basically, they say it. They said, so if you want to protect your privacy, this is the personal or sensitive information you should avoid sharing with ChatGPT or any AI chatbot. Identity information includes social security number, driver's license number, date of birth, and even address and phone numbers.
Wow.
Yep, they say
the last couple is pretty common. You know, they look it up. People look it up. Excuse me, I didn't get, but not the first two.
We said we want our AI models to learn about the world, not private individuals, and we actively minimize the collection of personal information. So avoid sharing that. Medical results. The healthcare industry values confidentiality and tries to protect patients' personal information, but AI chatbots, they don't care. They're not confidential. They will not protect you in that way. If you want the chatbot to interpret lab work or medical test results, they recommend cropping or editing the document so you're only sharing the test results, nothing else. Login information. You may be tempted to share your account usernames and passwords with ChatGPT when it's helping with tasks. They said, but don't do it. It's too risky. They said they don't keep your information secure, so you better not reveal any login information with them. Private corporate information here, too, finally. They said for using ChatGPT on another chatbot for something at work, like drafting emails or editing documents, experts warn there's a possibility of exposing client data or trade secrets by mistake. So they say to protect your privacy, be sure to delete every conversation after it's over. This is a chief security officer saying companies usually permanently get rid of deleted data after 30 days. So there are things, especially nowadays, a lot of people utilize ChatGPT and AI for work. So they say never, ever, ever give them this information.
We downloaded something today for gambling. My buddy recommended you and I before the show. We're going to ask it maybe who's going to win the Kentucky Derby.
There you go.
Ooh.
And we'll see what it says. So you have that audio now from Belichick?
I do. This is the CBS reporter talking about the situation.
Jordan was a constant presence during our interview.
You have Jordan right over there. Everybody in the world seems to be following this relationship. They've got an opinion about your private life. It's got nothing to do with them, but they're invested in it. How do you deal with that?
Never been too worried about what everybody else thinks. Just try to do what I feel like is best for me and what's right.
How did you guys meet?
Not talking about this.
No?
No.
It's a topic neither one of them is comfortable commenting on.
That's pretty strong. I mean,
Yeah,
she says,
not
I'm not
commenting about this.
Yeah. Now, I think if she didn't say that, I think Belichick would have
said it.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah, because I watched it, and it looked like he was just, and then she went, not commenting about this, and they didn't do it. I just didn't make him, I didn't think it made him look good all around, and I was just surprised who he is, and his persona that, I don't know how they talked about it after the interview. I don't know if he ever said to her, 20 laps. Don't ever do that to me again. Bill. Yeah, she went home and she knocked over all the Super Bowl trophies. She goes, take that, Bill. I love Tom. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it made him look great. I know the shirt he wore was like from his father who coached there. But, I mean, had holes all over it. Like, I don't know. You're doing an interview. Everybody's looking at it. Even recruitment status for North Carolina. I don't know. Maybe I would have had something with blue on or something like that, a little bit sharper. But, yeah, he looked like he really didn't want to do it. I don't know why he did it. And he had his book out. And if you want to sell, books, it's got to be intriguing. Yes.
I'm sure UNC was not happy seeing Navy, a college that someone could go to. Instead of UNC on his shirt.
Probably not. I mean, again, it's a tie to his dad who coached here, obviously. It's not like it's any school. But, yeah, it was just raggedy. And he's one, he never cares about his appearance and stuff like that. But this is just a little odd for him. If you asked me anybody, I thought, at his age, be dating somebody 24, I wouldn't think.
I mean, besides you.
Speaking of you, 47142 started off with Real Radio says, Dom, keep throwing that smoluncle on Florida teams. OMG, the Greek dictionary should be published.
Yeah,
Oh, buddy, that's from BJ Boynton.
Keep your phone on today. I'm going HR. I feel like you're harassing me on the show.
Okay.
Yeah, and I really, it's starting to bother me, affecting me mentally and physically. Answer the phone, bitch.
Just started ringing.
It's ringing, isn't it? Answer the question.
I love how he's going to call HR, but he just called you a bitch and told you to answer the phone.
Franny, I love you.
I'm not staying out of it.
Bitch is a word that you use for endearment, as of love.
Got
it. Dom's ordering pizza. He answers the phone and he cracks up. It's nice to know he enjoyed his job while he was here. 877-927-6969. Did bump into Dominic over the weekend doing his resume. And I think before you ask somebody to be a reference, you should ask them. Do you have somebody?
Of course.
Well, it was Jorge chiming in saying that he met her in high school. Bill Belichick.
He meant to grow in high school?
Yeah, which is, it's Jorge.
I was going to say, Jorge, do the math. I don't think they did. I don't think they could have met in high school. You never know.
But it is weird because the story is out there of how they met, so I don't know why she didn't want to talk about it. I mean, you can easily look it up.
And I think that story is a nice story. I don't think there's anything to be ashamed of. You know what I mean? But, I say they met on Tinder, something like that. Some couples always have a hard time with that because people think Tinder is for hooking up. Like my one buddy and his girl met on Tinder. And she gets really mad, when people talk about it. And it's a common thing when you get around couples. How'd you guys meet? And I'm always like, Dominic, I'll ask, so how'd you guys meet? Oh, Tinder. All right, that's good. You can give us a call at 877-927-6969. Back to the age thing, to Dominic's thing. If you're in love, I'm not going to say anything about anybody. I'm the last one to talk about anybody. So if they're in love and they're happy.
Yeah, they met 4 years ago already?
Is it 4 years?
I said 2021 is when they met. She was 19.
Wow. I didn't know she was 19.
Yeah, she's only 24 now.
That's a little bad. Yeah, that's tough. I'm 19. She's not even 21. She's not old enough to drink. That's pretty bad. Come on, Bill. I should have said something when I saw my Breakers Christmas night.
Come on, Bill. Let me take her out instead.
No. I wouldn't say that. I wasn't sure it was him because their light was out by their table. But then when I found out, and then she posted the thing from H&M, that's when I was like, oh, that was Belichick. No doubt about it. I didn't get a close look at her. I noticed him, just his whole demeanor and the way he was sitting and everything like that, but I didn't notice her at all. She had brown hair, probably attractive, but obviously the lights were all out. But that's what I found odd because at Breakers, everything's impeccable.
That's what I was going to say. Lights out of Breakers?
Yeah.
What?
There was one lamp where they were sitting. It was the only one that was out.
I wonder if that was on purpose.
I probably was.
Yeah, trying to hide.
Yeah,
that's what I think. Because they probably didn't want to get noticed, obviously, because people would have went up to them. And maybe some hecklers or something like that. And then, you never know, Dolphin fans. But I had no clue until the next day when I saw it on Instagram. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. Don't forget, you got that keyword coming at you guys, and try to win it. We just heard from Franny that cool. Our sisters say, Shamo and Sally and Curtis, mornings. They always have a good show, and they got a winner too. So we want to be a winner. We want to have somebody on Real Radio win, please. We definitely do. And believe it or not, it's not hook and junk here. Our bosses do like it. They really do when we get winners. And they would get off my back. My God. It's enough. They're on me every day about Dominic, but now they're on me about other things too. Marlins taking on the Dodgers tonight. Dodgers are only 18-10 for that gazillion $1 million lineup that they spent. They're only 8 games over 500. Not great. Not great at all. Maybe the Marlins do pull up an upset. I do have a couple of my friends trying to get down to the Heat game when they heard you say the tickets were so inexpensive. And they said they looked on it and they are cheap.
Oh, yeah. StubHub.
And then just go down there, wait after tip off. And they'll be even cheaper.
Yeah, you're right. If you go down there. I know people don't like to do that, but I don't know why. You get in.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Get in during the first quarter.
A few years ago. Yeah, and they were very inexpensive.
Yeah. $60 behind the basket is very inexpensive.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Any 100 section for $60 is a steal.
You're not getting that at all. So if you want to go down, get down there. But if not, maybe like Franny said, wait until tip-off. And who cares if you miss the first couple minutes, as long as you get in there.
Take the bright line.
Yeah, I would definitely take the bright line.
And it drops you off right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're very close. I walked there. Even I walked there once. I did that one time. Yeah, it's convenient. Or I think most people would probably go to a Panther game. Panthers will be sold out tonight. Franny's co-host on Gator is going out there. Jason, he's a big sports fan. Big Florida.
Huge Panthers fan.
Yeah. Do you think he's more of a Panthers fan or a Dolphin fan?
Man, I don't know.
It's close, right?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
He's got a lot of
pretty
Panthers
close.
jerseys.
Yeah.
I mean, he really is a Panther fan. And the Panthers have done great with our area over the last couple of years. I think they were second or third this year with attendance. I know they won the Stanley Cup, but from the,
That does help.
Yeah, it definitely helps. But they've always had a great turnout, probably better than most of the other teams down here. Heaters only when they win. Dolphins have a hard time. They really don't do good. They've sold out the last couple of years, but up to that, it was a lot of games where their visitors got seats. Marlins forget. Probably more people at my wake. That's a joke. But the Marlins don't. They just don't draw. They really don't. It's a shame. That stadium's so beautiful, but they just don't. But when other things are there, like the World Series, the World Baseball thing, sold out. The people you like, what is it?
Savannah Bananas.
Banana hammocks.
Savannah Bananas.
I think we had somebody for a banana hammock, if you can find that. That drop from Friday. We were supposed to get that for them. I don't know who it was, but somebody texted us or emailed us. Can do. I don't even know how banana hammock came out that day. Another word for Speedo. That's what it was. And we pulled it when we did that. You got that one?
I don't see it. I'm seeing a whole bunch of banana stuff. Is this, let's see.
Male skimpy bathing suit.
Speedo.
Slang term.
Banana maggot?
Banana maggot. I didn't even say banana hammock. You'd say maggot. And you sound wasted for some reason.
I don't know why.
You sound so drunk.
Let me hear that again.
Male skimpy bathing suit.
Speedo.
Slang term.
Banana maggot? Yeah, I sound like I'm 2 sheets. I feel like I'm you today when you walked in here. Dominic's done a great job. He's bounced back with some energy after the first hour. When I first walked in, I was like, oh, my God.
It's Monday. Come on.
All right, cut her some slack.
It's Monday.
When I went to go see Megan, she's like, oh, I feel so bad right now. I'm like, exactly.
Was she listening to our show?
No.
And they didn't. Yeah,
No,
they didn't even go out yesterday. They didn't even do anything. Her husband was trying to. He wanted to come out and meet us.
Really?
And she was like, "No."
She cracked the whip.
She was like, "No." Yeah. She was like, "We are not going out."
So she was 2
She
sheets.
she didn't feel good.
So she was 2 sheets to the wind too.
Yeah, yesterday she said it was just a wash.
A wash. You said you got up what time? 4 o'clock.
But I got up around noon just to go get food. And then I just relaxed the rest of the day watching playoffs.
All right, that's not bad. At least you knew you were under the wind, and you didn't try to push it.
Under the wind, and it's 3 sheets, isn't it? Isn't that the saying? 3 sheets to the wind?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Of course.
All right, just making sure.
Oh, wow. Like I got something wrong? You're surprised?
Not 2.
2 sheets.
Give
to
her
the wind?
one more sheet. One more sheet.
Give me 2 more sheets. So Megan blank face too today.
Yeah,
But you guys all corralled.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's good.
We killed the young kids is what we did.
You what?
Me and my older friends, we killed the young kids. We,
now,
took
is
them
Megan
down.
younger than you?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, by a lot.
I didn't know that.
I think I got like...
Is she younger than you?
I think I got...
I think she's older than me.
Okay.
Yeah, she's 35.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got 8 years on her.
So you're the youngest out of the 3.
Mm-hmm.
And you're the male. And they both outdrank you. Oh, my God. Come on, dog.
I didn't say that. I just said it was a lot.
It was a lot. It affected your work ability.
Well, when you start mixing, it's like, all right, you're having one drink, then they're throwing this at you. Then it's like, all right, we're going to have this drink. It's whiskey, then it's tequila. It's like, where are we going
You
now?
never know what you're going to get. It's either be Jameson or tequila. You just don't know.
Oh, my God. It's strong. At least, hey, they have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, again, you made work today. You sort of candy-assed it, but you're okay. I'll put that down on your reference. I'll be like, now listen, he's not good on Mondays because he drinks a lot.
God, I'm not putting you down for a reference.
Oh,
all
I
right?
know you would never do it. I know you would never do it because I would say stuff like that. Mondays, bad. If he bets football, he's not good. And you probably get the job.
Smokes.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't say anything about the Babanya. That's your business. It is the Penthouse on a Monday. We'll give the game ball to Dominic today because when I walked in, he really looked like he had the Heat over the weekend and the Panthers. He looked really bad. And he doesn't hide. He's got like both his hands in his face. I'm like, what happened to you? He goes, oh, man, I went out this weekend and Franny and them, they could drink. And I was like, yeah, they can. But, Dom, you get the game ball today for making the 4 hours. You got one more, but it'll go quick.
Woohoo!
That's what a loan shark says when he lends money. 10 weeks, but it'll go quick. Franny, great job as always. It never affects your performance. You always do a great job. Thanks for carrying us today on a Monday. Appreciate everything you do.
Thank you, G-Man. Thank you, Dom. And, of course, thank you so much for listening. Continue to listen because we still got some more keywords coming your way. I believe we go until 9 o'clock doing this. So you get a keyword at the beginning of the hour, take the keyword, enter it, realradio921.com.
Yeah, get a keyword, get a winner. Come on, guys. We need a winner on Real Radio. Cool got one. Let's get one for you guys and win $1,000. Then we'll get you on the radio. Always appreciate you guys listening. Let's root for the Panthers tonight to get a W on Real Radio. Hopefully. Heat, it's going to be tough. It really is. But you never know. Crazier things have happened. Maybe the Heat get a W. And the Marlins are taking on the Dodgers.
Do we parlay all these?
We could go 0-3 tonight.
I'm going to take the away team every game.
You can bet the Dodgers, obviously the Cavs, and take Tampa Bay Lightning. And if it happens tomorrow, you know you're going to be like, I should have had it. I should have definitely took it. It is The Greek. We'll be back with The Greek Zone and so much more on a Monday. Good afternoon, everybody. Peace out. Peace.
You can now watch your favorite radio show. Go to realradio921.com/watch so you can watch us make radio. Our Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers have slashed their way through the regular season and are in the hunt for a repeat. NHL playoffs are underway, and round one is through the rival Tampa Bay Lightning. It's the Battle of Florida, and Real Radio is your official home for Florida Panthers hockey. Catch every goal, every check, every fight, every face-off, and every victory. Not near a radio? You can stream Real Radio 92.1 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app. Florida Panthers hockey on Real Radio is presented by Precision Garage Door. Why settle for better when you can have the best? Schedule your appointment today at flgaragedoor.com. Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
You'll find delays traveling Boynton Beach Boulevard. Accident blocking a right lane, slowing us down. Boynton Beach Boulevard westbound right at I-95. Expressways look good. No major delays on the